This video contains adults playing X-Wing miniatures. Adult language is used. You have been warned. Welcome everybody to OutRyder Cup VI. This is Raven Squadron. God, I think I like that intro actually. That's not bad at all. So everybody, this is, again, OutRyder Cup VI. We're at Mr. Nice Guy Games. Today is June 3rd, 2017. And I want to tell you a little bit about what's going to happen over the next few videos. So first off, we're going to be running our epic round, and we have the represented sectors: Columbus, Ohio; Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania; Indianapolis, Indiana; Morgantown, West Virginia; Louisville, Kentucky; and Latrobe, Pennsylvania got hit by a fucking Death Star.
Yeah, so they got chickened in the end, and they decided to drop out of the match.
Yeah, basically, if I understand it exactly correctly, somebody forgot how to bullseye womp rats in their T-16 back home. Somebody shit the bed, and then someone else just said, I'm
fuck
done.
it.
Yeah, exactly. So, in any case, we have 5 teams today representing 3 entire states. I'm very impressed. 4 states. 4 states.
Yep.
God, isn't that great? 5 states. What's it, 5 teams, 5 states, isn't it?
Yeah, 5 teams, 5 states. Hey, Parker
Shit.
TV, see if you can lean on
I
in
can't even
here.
talk.
Yeah, you can get
Wait a second here. And hi, everybody.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, I'll see if I can fix the camera. We're actually changing our setup here. And so finally, you actually get to see me. I am LP. I look like this. I'm a bald fuck with a goatee. And we have another, like, semi-balding fuck with a goatee. This is the man with the plan, the man who'll drop a bomb in your mommer. Say hi.
Captain Chaos.
It's Captain Chaos,
No,
Dave
that's
Carver.
his Dave Carver. I'm here.
Excellent. Welcome,
Pay
everyone.
no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, we actually have a curtain set up that's supposed to semi-block some of the sound coming through, and we'll just see how exactly that works. So, like I said, we're bringing you this epic round, and boy, do we have a round for you. Go ahead and bring us up the list, and let's see what's happening. Check out up at the top. We've got it zoomed in on one map. You see that right. We've got Jake Abrams running Kville with a bomber loadout, TLT, adaptability, R4 aggro, and thermal debts. He's got 3 more hired guns with thermal debts, R4s, and his TLTs. And then the rest of his hired guns have TLTs. It's going to be crazy talk. Looks like he left a thermal debt off of one of them, but who gives a shit? We know it's got. There's a total of 4 of them with thermal detonators, including Kville.
Right.
The rest are just TLTs. Now, let's take a look at Mega Dave Talbot's list. He's running Danger, High Voltage. He's got a Swarm Tactics Swarm. Check it out, motherfuckers. We have Darth Vader with ATC, Swarm Tactics Engine, and TIE X1. Hal Runner with Swarm Tactics, Scourge, Mauler Mythal, Youngster. Notice Youngster has Rage, so therefore they can get always angry all the time. A whole bunch of blacks with Swarm Tactics. And then we have a Gozangi with Ops Specialist, Grand Moff Tarkino, the Suppressor title, and Automated Protocolinos. So let's actually take a closer look at the match, which has just begun, and it's already in progress.
Actually, I think they just got the dial set. I don't think anybody else is set up yet, so I think we got a little bit of time before it's actually going to
I tell you
kick
what,
in.
it doesn't really matter, because I want you to look at the beauty that is that tie wedge. Just now, you can't see it here at your vision back home, but my hands are just enveloping my microphone. I'm just like going, it's just so big. It's so girthy. It's just so crazy
we can take care of that.
Oh,
see?
look, right? Yeah, go on. I forgot we have a webcam,
Yeah, we
right?
got a webcam
so
now.
it's just like, you got to look at that damn list. The way that it's just set up on a perfect wedge. It's so pretty. And then those TLTs set up in full run like a bitch mode.
Yeah.
Because what do you do? You're facing down a TIE Swarm. You got to run the hell away from it. Keep it at range 3. DACA the shit out of it, and hope to God you're not going to die. I mean, what do you do if you're the TIE Swarm there, Dave?
I would say you can't sit at range 3, so you're going to have to go through and rush in as
He's
quickly.
got to dive.
He's got to dive in close to range 1 as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And the nice thing is Dave is sitting there at the PS9.
Yeah.
He'll go through and fire at PS9, so he'll get to go through and shoot and probably hopefully take out maybe a third of the Y-Wings before they get to go through and fire off those TLTs.
Yeah, here's the hope.
Right.
Because
but Dave is also rolling 3 dice, so he's going to be sitting there, has a pretty good chance to dodge everything as well, too.
Yeah, so Dave's dropping basically 2 dice on 2 at range 3, or it's going to be 2 dice on 1 at range 2. and then it's going to be 3 dice on 1 at range 1. But then, of course, he's got to be careful about the thermal detonators. And I really like the inclusion of thermal detonators in this list because what it actually goes through is it creates a round or 2 of buying time. So Dave has to figure out, do I dive in? Do I maybe lose a TIE fighter or 2 just to mask thermal detonator spam? And then all the remaining guys are stressed out. I mean, it's one of those things.
Right. One thing we're going to also got on here today, we're going to switch it over while we're waiting for them to actually start the match here. We got this nice little new standings thing.
Don't you love it?
We'll be going through and updating this as we go along. Hey, we got Mr. Mesmore, the captain from Raven Squadron.
Yeah, suck on that microphone there, my friend.
Yep.
You can't see him. He's off camera right now.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We're doing quite well. You can move Daniel Fiorentini shit out of the way because he doesn't need it. Where he's going, he doesn't need ships. No. And so the captain of the Columbus team, John Mesmore, stopped by to say hi to everybody. And so, John, how's the setup going for everyone?
Pretty well, but like you said, not well for Daniel. He kind of got the short end of the stick, the one I'm used to getting. But that's what happens when you're 4th to place out of 5 teams in the last round. So kind of got forced into it.
Yeah, we haven't even really talked about Daniel's setup. We're watching. We've got the camera on Dave Talbot versus Jake Abrams right now. And what'd you say about Daniel's list? Isn't he basically up against something really horrible?
Yeah, it's very similar to our friend Hassan's. He's got Dormits in the Upsilon shuttle for Imperials that lets you place other people within range 2. Also with double hyperwave comm relay because it's not limited. Yeah. And then a whole bunch of SFs with hyperwave comm relay.
Sorry, is someone talking without me being present? I don't understand.
I have to get closer to the mic.
Yeah, so
this is Gordon Berg, one of the captains of the Louisville team.
We got a 4th one.
Okay, I know there's another one, but why use that when I can use John's instead?
Hi,
so I have such a lovely shoulder to lean on.
If you're going to poke your head on the microphone, at least got to say hi, give us your name, and tell us what's going on.
I'm Gordon Berg from the Gordon Berg podcast, known as Stay on Target. Goodbye.
Hey, great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for hopping in. So look at us. We've got run-ins. This feels like a professional wrestling event. Oh, yeah. I feel so impressed now.
Go Squadron, eat your heart out.
Dion, if only you were here, my friend. If only you were here.
Yes, Dion, we miss you.
So actually, it looks like Dion might be down to Columbus for the Ravenstone Store Championships here. That's kind of good.
Yep.
Ain't bad at all. But I tell you, so John, do you have any thoughts on Dave's list here versus John Abrams' list? I mean, it's a Swarm Tactics TIE Swarm versus TLT Spam.
It should be interesting. I'm a little curious why he didn't set up for the 5 straight starting.
Yeah.
Wanting to get as close as possible to the Y-Wings, but...
Yeah, so because the way he's set up now, if you take a look at the Y-Wings, they're set in full-on runaway like a bitch mode.
Yeah.
And which, of course, we would expect. And so it looks like that the TIEs are going to probably snap roll and then try and set up an intercept course. Right. That's what we're sort of thinking.
Yeah, my hope would he do something short first turn, like bank 2s, and he's set up so he doesn't bump himself a bunch.
Yeah.
Because the big thing, he's got to keep everyone within range 1 of at least one guy of Vader and into the whole trail. But yeah, hopefully he does a short move. You know, that it's I know you're going to do this, and you know I'm going to do that, so I'm going to do this instead. You know, the whole stutter step game. But it should be a quick one, I would imagine.
Yeah, I figure that once the TIEs actually get into range 2 and 1, we should start seeing, a Y-wing or 2 Y-wings drop every single round of shooting.
That is the hope. That's why we placed that. We chose this. It was that. This is against Pittsburgh, and it was our first one we placed. It was against this one, or Pittsburgh also had one where they had 6 TIE D defenders with varying things like rage or ruthlessness, stuff like this. It seemed rough. So it was a debate. Do you want 9 TLTs or what would effectively be 12 shots?
It's actually 10 TLTs. It's Cavill and 9 more.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Cavill, 9 more, and he's also got 4 thermal detonators.
Yeah, we offered him the choice. Yeah. This is what he chose for.
Yeah, so. we think it's probably the best matchup too. So.
Right.
But I tell you, John, it's going to be an exciting day. Now, you mentioned that you had gone through and placed things. Why don't you share with everybody at home that's maybe never seen or heard of the OutRyder Cup and how the placement goes? So how did you go through and place mats down?
Absolutely. Every team's got 6 lists for each round.
Yeah.
They will hold 3 that they get to choose who they're going to place against, and they have to face up 3.
So those 3 basically, they say that's where you say you take your strongest.
Yeah,
3.
you take all comers.
Yep.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And you do that every round, right? Not just the
Correct.
epic round.
Yep, and you're allowed to change what each player is playing each round. spoiler alert, Columbus did not do that between the two standard rounds. Each player is going to play the same list. It's our strategy. They're comfortable with it. That's what they're going to run. You're not really going to outguess an opponent when they're matching lists.
When you won it twice, it seems to work.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so right now it's if I understand it right, it's Columbus has won 2, Pittsburgh has won 3.
That's
and
correct.
here we are at OutRyder Cup 6.
Yep.
Columbus could, if Columbus wins, tie up the matchup, be 3-all.
Right.
Now keep in mind there are other teams involved.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
Morgantown's been to every single one.
Yeah.
Lexington last year was very strong.
If
even
they had
being
brought
a
6
player
players,
down.
Yeah.
if they had brought the full complement, they probably would have won. They were down a player, so they only had 5 players. They automatically lost a point for that. And every round, there's 6 lists that didn't have a player. They just chose another game that would count for double. Their opponent did. So that's how we got
and they chose
Hassan won
very
3 points in the last round of last game.
Yeah, so like we said, last year Lexington was really good, and now they are representing Louisville. Same people, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was an interesting. We have rules that it's supposed to be a local group, and I think they're about to start here.
Looks like the round is getting ready to go, and we're about to see dials start dropping and flipping and popping and capping. Woo!
All right.
And we've got a beginning. So got a quick intro there, and so John, what is your goal now? You're the team captain, so you're going to be wandering around, just offering moral support.
Yep, and
giving out
alternate.
handies.
If one of our guys had not shown up, I would take over their spots or whatever.
Act
but
as the alternate there.
Mostly I do the placement, which again we were talking about. We got just a little bit into it. The placement of the list is it's a game in itself.
Yeah.
There's many meta games into it, small games. Who do you want to pair against? Who's in the lead? A lot of the stuff changes. You try to guess who's playing what. But all in all, it's a real fun thing. I don't mind not playing so much because I get to do that part.
Yeah, so, plus you get to stand back and be in strategic overall command as opposed to poking at the tactical level itself.
And also, most importantly, I don't have to temper myself on how much I drink.
There you go. True.
John,
right.
you, sir, are
right.
the smart one.
You can sleep all the way home.
Yep.
Lottie-dottie.
Got
we
that
like
Old
to
Crow
party.
bourbon, man. That's so good.
What bourbon did you get?
Old Crow. It's $20 for a handle. It comes in a plastic jug, but my God, it is
Really?
tasty. I'll give you some.
Really? Old Crow is only $20 a handle?
Yeah, plus tax.
I mean, because I'm more of a fan of, like, if I'm going to drink bourbon, it's going to be like Bullet or Makers or...
Right. But
I'm gonna
But
get you the
Old Crow.
when you drink as much as I do,
One of these
Yes.
days, I'm gonna get you to buy a Raven Squadron pint flask.
right?
Yeah, we
I
got to
need
get some
to.
flasks. Yeah, we had to be the official equipment of the Raven Squadron.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, right when you run out, when you're feeling maximal fuzzy, then you just basically chuck it at your opponent, say, thermal detonator, and then run away. Because it's going to cause a damage and a stress. We know that, right? Then run the fuck away.
Right. So it looks like Dave's going, taking it pretty cautiously here. He's going like the two
That's good. That's
two
good.
straight.
Keep out of that TLT range, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Figure out where they're going.
I really
his
don't...
leftmost flank, if they bank or turn into that, are going to be taking some rocks. But he'll probably just take the long haul 5
And
straight on them.
I think it looks like Jake had given Dave initiative as well. Looks like, because I think Jake was sitting at a 296
Yeah.
for his
It's 296 to 298.
Right.
Yeah, there's some teams. They had 2 teams with 18 bid points among their lists. So how we choose who chooses what order for the placement is you take all the lists and the amount of bids that the team has. The lowest point total team gets to choose their order. So everyone chooses first if they're lowest.
Gotcha.
We had 2 teams with 18, one with 16, and then Columbus and Morgantown tied at 6. We did not care. That was not in our game plan.
Yeah, the game plan wasn't to
Your
outbid.
last placement's getting the short of the stick no matter where you're placing.
Absolutely.
And your first couple are generally what you want.
Wow, this is going to be exciting. I tell you, John, it's going to be a great day of X-Wing. We're all super excited about all this. It's going to be definitely some good times watching.
I cannot recommend this format of X-Wing enough. People should join this or start their own, honestly.
So it looks like we already got a judge call happening and stuff.
All right, brother, you
yeah.
take care. So John's taking off to go do some judge stuff, and we're watching Mega Dave's Mega Movement. So notice all these PS4 Y-Wings have to go next. So let's find out whether he's going to slow roll or fast it. Looks like is that a 3 straight, I think? They're going to be off camera super quick, man.
Yeah, well, we can all go through and adjust it. It all depends on how he goes through and does it, but as soon as they start moving farther out and coming closer towards his camera, then we'll go through and readjust the picture and stuff.
Yeah.
But they went through and set up on the opposite side of the map, and so it's like, come on, guys. But
Yeah.
hey, it's an epic match. They're actually going to use the whole all 6x3.
And that is an
area of
impressive
it.
thing, and that's something that a lot of people don't actually think about with Epic. You've got a gigantic mat 6 feet by 3 feet. It's like you're playing 40K all over again. And it's really nice when you get to see ships start at one entire end of the mat and go all the way over to the other. Now, I see Dave's Gazanti sitting in the back there. And I know that we talked to him a little bit before the round started. And there was some discussion about maybe using that Gazanti as a battering ram of hate.
Right.
But
it looks like Jake's looked like he's taking it and taking that Gazani out of the picture right now, so he can't go through and run him over.
Up. Because we were talking about how a really good tactic might have been to use that Gazanti like a battering ram, try and divide up that TLT swarm, and let the TIE fighters pick off half of it at a time. And then, because let's face it, the Gazanti is just a meat shield. He's got Grand Moff Tarkin, automated protocols, and systems officer in there. So
if you're curious,
what the
interesting. Question was raised about M9G8 on an Epic ship. If you target lock a section, does the whole ship get to reroll, or just that section? And it was ruled to do the whole ship.
Yeah, I think the target lock from the from it goes through, but it's just like if a ship's attacking, they have to target lock a particular section. So.
Correct. A similar question was raised before this was with Boba Fett. If you shoot an Epic ship with 2 sections and you cause a crate on the 4, may you take a upgrade off of the back? And we agreed it's 1 ship, so you may. Because you don't have to take it off the section you shot. So kind of got with that. And that being said, it may not all be correct per FFG, but OutRyder does have its own little rule world. And we do just take coaches of the teams that are not involved and generally ask them and get a majority
majority decision.
Yep, and just go by that.
One interesting piece, you talked about how OutRyder's different from like other standard rule sets. If you look at the rock placement and how the rocks are put together, here we are in Epic, and normally Epic, the way that rocks are placed is that any piece of the rock can be within range 1.
Frank Brooks recently
changed that.
Switched FFG's entire position on that.
Did he?
Yeah, Dave Garver and I had asked
is Wade.
Back at Origins Nationals when we were the national Team Epic champions.
Right, yes. We are the national Team Epic champion.
He said it was you place one, then you place the other one within 1, which is that's how you make them work.
Right.
Exactly.
But no, you do place both that both have to be wholly within range 1 as best as you can, which is, hey, FFG. They just need to update their Epic, and it's not their moneymaker, it's not the tournament thing, it's not the limelight, so they have very little regard for updating
as we'll find out throughout the day here, there's several things that are just totally busted. As we already talked a little bit about it, Dormants and Hyperwave Comm Relay. Hyperwave's Comm, that combination is just totally busted in Epic.
Yep. I don't mind the Hyperwave Comm Relay. I get it. It's a point. It's done after it's done.
Right.
But
with the combination
Dormants is in general. You don't even need the Hyperwave, but Dormants in general, it messes with it much.
Right. So in case people don't know,
doing a couple turns of getting the right adjustment and getting the right position before they get into combat, and that eats away at that immediately.
For people that don't know, what the little bit different setup rules you have with Epic is that you can go out to range 2. So you put them Dormants out to range 2, then you can go through and set up another entire fleet
without range 2 of Dormants.
Without range 2 of Dormants, so you're almost in range, almost on the other guy's playmat by the time you start the match off.
Yeah, the whole Hyperwave comm scanner setup for Dormants and Epic is truly ridiculous.
Yes.
And I love it.
But that's not what they built it for. They didn't have little regard. But
they balanced it out for standard play. So.
In a way, that's a lot of what I like and dislike about Epic. Is that I enjoy the idea you can play much larger battles. It gives you more of a sense of like Star Wars big fleet actions, or at least small fleet actions. But then the problem is here we are with combinations that were never intended to be used in the game. And Dormants is the prime example. Dormants with a Hyperwave, and all of a sudden, Shazam, bitches, you're on the other end of the goddamn board.
Well, they have gone through in the past. They have gone through and made special rules for particular ships. Like in Biggs is ignored by huge ships. So it doesn't affect them. So they could, if they go through and update the rules, they could say, hey, Dormants. No, Dormants is not allowed for Epic.
Well, that's absolutely. They just need to update the rules. They just need one little FAQ change, or a couple things in one FAQ change.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go check on the rest of our guys.
All right. Thank you, John. Thanks for stopping in. More than welcome to come back in anytime. So John is taking off. We're back to Dials for our second round.
Hey, Hudson, Dave made it through round 1.
He lost 0 ships. He's taken 0 damage so far.
Right.
His cracked flying is proving effective.
Yeah, he flew against a hyperwave comm scanner in some practices, and it wasn't a pretty sight.
Yeah, hyperwave comm scanner with assault missiles.
Assault missiles, yes. It was not a pretty sight.
We call that haterade where I'm from, and that's a haterade right there. So as we're looking at this setup here, what do you think Dave's going to do? Is he going to start to try and intercept with some of those guys?
He's got to try to Gazani move slow, and he's got an operations specialist on the Gazani, so he's going to want to try to keep it as much pace with that swarm as possible. So in case he starts missing, he starts getting the
focus tokens
and stuff on there. He's got some comm boosters. And stuff like that.
No, he's just got automated protocols, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he took off.
He's running a real light Gazati.
Right.
He's got the automated protocols. He's got the suppressor title to strip tokens off.
Right.
He has Grand Moff Tarkin.
Right. Grand Moff Tarkin is freaking
I haven't
fun.
even seen Grand Moff Tarkin in a really long time. I forget how that asshole works. I'm actually looking him up now.
Yeah, he's going through and doing that, but yeah. So Dave's, we're going to want to try to keep that Gazani in pace with those TIE fighters, and it's going to be very difficult. So at least early on, he doesn't need to worry about energy on the chip, so he can just go through and keep trying to go a 4 forward to try to keep up with those TIE fighters as much as possible.
Yeah, so basically, for Grand Moff Tarkin, at the start of the combat phase, you can choose another ship at range 1 through 4, either remove 1 focus token or add a focus token. So it's not an action, it takes no energy, and all it basically is he's just an extra focus token generator.
Right, or he can go through and remove an enemy's focus token. So if you got that high priority target that likes to have those focus tokens, you can just strip it off. He's not quite as good as Torin Farr on the Rebel side, but he's still good enough. He has a little bit longer range that he can go through and do it with.
Now you'll notice that with the R4 Agromex he's running, of course, it is if you spend when you spend a focus token, you get a target lock. So he's trying to get that extra sort of like damage consistency. So he's gonna focus up first, then get his target locks, and then he's going to next turn focus and have a target lock focus.
Or he'll
always be target lock focus every single turn.
Or he can go through and use the target lock on the second TLT shot.
Yeah.
So he spends a focus, gets the target lock, uses it on the second TLT shot.
Yeah, I mean, but the whole point is that, so constantly he's going to be just going through and getting that focus target lock. It's going to be a cycle of action economy. So that's a really good thing to put on a Y-Wing. They've only got focus and target lock anyway. You might as well maximize both actions. Oh, it's going to be interesting.
So, yeah, it looks like Dave's still taking a little cautious route right now. Going too forward and barrel rolling back, so keeping that... Actually, moving barrel roll forward that time.
Barreled forward, so I think he's trying to get around and clear those rocks.
Yeah.
Because he's got to move his whole swarm out.
Right.
And get around the rocks. And Dave is one of our better swarm pilots. He's been playing swarms for quite a while.
He gets one to run a shitload of TIE fighters.
Yeah, because they're fun, man.
Yes.
He's got to be real careful with this guy, though, because he's going to end up barrel rolling right into that rock.
Well, he could go through and just stay where he's at, but it's kind of going to mess up his...
It's going to mess up the formation.
Formation a little bit. But it's not too bad, though. He can barrel roll everybody else back, and he'll still be within the range for doing all his swarm tactics.
Yeah, so he's going to start focusing up on that guy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm anticipating that the Y-Wings are going to zip out, probably go another 2 or 3 forward again.
And I think Dave at this point is trying to head off that Y-Wing swarm over there. So he's trying to get it out in front of it so it can't go through and just stay in that Congo line the entire time.
Yeah, because, if we check out the formation he's staying with, he's got a nice broad frontage. He's trying to position so that he can get multiple arcs on as much as possible. And again, we're talking about a series of Y-Wings that don't have unhinged Astro. They've got R4s.
Right.
So unhinged Astro the lack of unhinged Astro robs the Y-Wings of an incredible amount of action economy, because that means they've only got 2 greens, 1 straight and 2 straight.
Right.
They don't have the 3s. They've got a 4 straight red. They've got a 3 hard red. It really limits their maneuverability, and that basically means you can't see a U-turn of a 3 hard 3 hard.
Yeah, so that's basically what's going on there. Again, we got the youngster with a rage, which I just love. I mean, in Epic, it just you get so many ships out there. It starts to multiply and become a cascading.
Because if you look at Howlrunner there, I mean, Howlrunner's there for the main chunk of the TIE Swarm. As long as Howlrunner stays within range 1 of a ship, then they're going to get rerolls there.
And those Y-wings are keep going straight on over. So,
but you'll notice that Dave is split off. He's now got a squadron getting ready to swing out and go after him. And you'll notice that Dave's play is brought to you today by Diet Dr. Pepper. Yeah. Diet Dr. Pepper. It's got fewer fucking calories than regular Dr. Pepper and tastes even better. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper. If you want to give us some more Diet Dr. Pepper, we'll take it.
Please sponsor us. We would love you. No, they'll probably just give us a C&D.
Yeah.
That's the story of our lives.
Oh, wow.
But I tell you that we didn't get much chance to talk about Mr. Nice Guys here. This place is huge. This is a giant warehouse of a store, and it's basically I mean, maybe we'll give a quick view of the store after everything's over and just give a quick camera pan around. But it's an absolute monster of a store. Huge open gaming space. And I'm really impressed with the amount of tables that they have.
Yeah, and it's pretty much, if you guys have listened to Team Covenant had their latest video cast, episode 11, where they're talking about tournaments and X-Wing and whether it's been good for open play or not. And one of their things was, they talk about stores having the dedicated gaming space. And really, this store is set up probably, I would say, 60% of it is table gaming space, and the rest is devoted to merchandise, retail, and stuff. It's not wall-to-wall retail. It's they've got a variety of stuff in here, but it's mostly devoted to the players.
And that is really how you get how you increase your business. Right. If you've got enough gaming space, people will play their games there. They play their games there, they're going to buy their stuff there.
Right.
And that's really what game owners really need to survive anymore.
That's how you have to go through and compete with the cool stuff inks and the miniature markets and stuff like that, where, they're not going to be able to compete on price. So they've got gamers want a place to go through and game with other people. Yeah, and we're huge fans of supporting your local store. We've got a number of local stores we support in the Central Ohio area. Of course, our hometown, Ravenstone Games over in Columbus. That's where Raven Squadron's based out of. And we also have places like the Guard Tower, and there are places like the Soldiery, and Beyond the Board. If you're just across the down the road a little bit is Game Table Adventures in Newark.
Yes, absolutely. And the Comic Shop Plus in Newark as well. I believe they still have miniatures games there.
Right.
So, and now that we've gone away from the commercial real quick, again, support your local store.
Right.
But let's take a look.
Look like Cowboys moved up and bringing up the rear of the list there, and it looks like Dave just has Vader to go through a move. So Vader's been running on the back edge and still is going to go through and run back behind everybody right now.
Now, I really love this setup because Dave basically went...
And now Vader's starting to boost in to get into range to be able to go through and start boosting everybody up. Yep. And I still love it, the fact that Vader has the built-in ability just to go through and do two actions.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
That's honestly that's the thing that I love about Darth Vader the most, is he's got his native PTO.
All right, I bet you this is going to be probably a 4 straight.
Maybe. Nope, 2 straight.
No,
Straight.
It's 4 straight.
Yep, he's just trying to get into range.
He's trying to keep that Gazani within range of everybody else.
Now look at the beautiful setup that Dave has. He took his wedge of TIE fighters, split them into 2 diamonds. So he's now got basically 2 squadrons of 6 that he can attempt to swoop in faster. Now this next turn, I think this is where we're going to start to see the 5 straights.
And I'm probably going to go over and run over to the camera and bring it back out a little bit.
Okay, I will vamp a little bit while we adjust. So Dave Carver's off to go adjust the camera so that we can get proper viewing area on our next set of movements. And while this is happening, again, I want you to take a look at the beautiful movement on behalf of both Dave and Jake as they try to outwit each other. Now, again, I love those TIE fighters set up. I like nice, pretty sorts of squadron movement. And, of course, that there's a simple beauty in the conga line of the Y-Wings themselves. Now, you'll notice we're panning out just a little bit, so this gives you a view behind. We've got another epic game going on behind us, and there are lots more epic games all going on. This is where all the teams are competing against each other, and it's truly an excellent sort of event here at OutRyder Cup. Now, Dave, I also noticed it's kind of dropping some frames a little bit.
Well, that's just the way we have this jury rigged up. I've got if anybody's interested in the setup here, it's a TP IP converter from HDMI to IP converter, running over to a router that is then connected up to the computer. VLC is then going through and picking up that stream, and because this is sending so much data, every once in a while it'll freeze up. So that's why we're seeing some pixelization there. It works. It's on the cheap. I didn't have to pay $300 to $400 for a system setup, so it works well enough for what we needed to go through and do.
Yep, I think it's perfectly acceptable. And anyone who doesn't like the quality of our video is more than welcome to donate to the Build Raven Squadron TV's new and exciting computer rig.
Right.
And maybe we'll set up a Patreon.
If anybody wants to go through and send me an Elgato, I'll take Elgato donations and device systems and stuff like that as well. So
very nice, very nice. I can see this is where you're speaking the language of the computer geek.
Yes.
And see, I'm somewhat of a computer nerd myself, but Carver takes it to a level that makes my nerd cock just shrink in true size. He is true nerd master of the ding dong.
Yes.
So, setting up dials again. What do you think? Is this the round where we start to see the left squadron from Mega Dave pounce out and go five straight?
I would think at this point, what you're going to probably end up seeing is maybe half the squadron on the backside, maybe taking the backside, and then squadron in the front try to go through and take off the front section. So he's got them swarmed in there. So it's going to be close because I have a feeling the way this is set up right now, he's still going to be at first engagement. He's going to be at range 2 to 3. So all those TOTs are going to get a shot.
Yeah, if I'm looking at it right now, the way I'm sort of seeing this is I'm anticipating that because he only went 3 straight last time, then I'm thinking that it's going to be a 4 straight move this time. Yeah, he'll get a stress, but at the same time, then he's going to maximize the amount of space he's staying away. Because even if Dave won straights, I mean, it's not a true chase because it's not like he's directly behind him, so he's not going to gain a base length.
No.
But Dave is definitely on an intercept course. It's just a matter of seeing exactly how it goes.
And again, he's still got to keep that Gazani in pace with everything. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes here.
Now, one thing we're trying out is we've actually got we have a dice cam that we'll be bringing up when dice start to roll. And we have a microphone built into that camera. It's very, very mild, so only we will be able to hear the audio that comes out of that dice camera. And the whole purpose of that is that we can try and get a little bit of sound about what the players are talking about as they roll dice. But the dice cam is quite decent, and we've got a new setup for it, much more clear to be able to see, and we're excited to be able to bring that to you.
And again, from anybody that's interested in the technical garbage and stuff on that, the dice camera, if you got an old Android phone laying about, I mean, it could be several years old. There's a software called IP Webcam, and it makes a very good dice camera that you can just go through and do it. So, it's broadcasting over to the router that we have, and then we've got it focused into where we can hear both the audio and the dice going on at the table.
Absolutely.
There.
So we're still in the plotting stage. We're going to see about what goes next. I'm still torn about what the best approach is here. I mean, I feel like you got to start diving at some point.
Right. What's funny is that we're almost 30 minutes into this match, and no dice been rolled yet.
Because once dice start rolling, shit's going to get real.
It's gonna go. Stuff is gonna start disappearing quickly.
Yeah, because I think Jake realizes that if Dave dives in on him, it gets to range 2. That's going to be probably a Y-wing that disappears a turn, if not 2 Y-wings. And it's going to be terribly interesting. But again, Dave has to be careful of losing lots of ships on the initial Y-wing engage. Like, his goal should be to pick off the rearmost Y-wings and hopefully make it so that he can concentrate most of his firepower on like 1 or 2 Y-wings and then have the others be just out of range. Right. I mean, that should be his kind of goal, especially if Jake has his thermal detonator Ys trailing.
Right.
If he can kill those before they get to drop bombs.
Okay. And it looks like Dave's just going 2 straight again.
Probably going to barrel roll out. I guess he's trying to.
He's focusing up now.
So it looks like he's trying to set up. Oh, he's playing the slow exact game. He's looking basically to pounce and probably dive on 2 sections at the same time.
Right now, it's a big game of chicken. Who's going to go through and blink first?
And such a game of chicken it is. Big, girthy TIE Fighter chicken. And I tell you, even though TLT spam kind of annoys me from just an ethical level, and I joke about that a little bit, but come on, a bunch of TLTs is like, oh, really?
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, this feels like an iconic battle in the Star Wars universe. You could picture like Vader leading a crack squadron of TIE fighters diving in on an apparently escorted Y-wing bomber group.
Bombing that may be going through trying to make a bombing run on some Imperial outpost or something like that, like a supply depot or something like that.
And they're equipped with the laser turrets as just their point defense weapon to try and keep enemy fighters off of them.
Right.
But this is basically Vader brought in his own TIE Fighter squadron himself. Brought in Black Squadron, no less.
Yes, he brought in Black Squadron.
Mauler Mythel back from the dead from the Death Star trench run. And there they are diving on this group of fairly well-suspecting Y-Wings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nobody's being taken by surprise here. We all know what's coming. Now, the only thing that's maybe like truly iconically Star Wars is the fact this is a scum and villainy faction. So maybe they are mercenaries hired out by the rebellion.
Hired by that, or maybe they're just being scum and just trying to raid some supplies. And
could be. Well, I think they picked the wrong supply dump to go after if Darth Vader himself is coming after you. Let's see. Looks like are they slow rolling?
Yeah, he's still going 4 straight. He's not turning in yet.
No, did he actually go 4 straight, or did he only go 3? Did he? Is those
are
those stress tokens or focus?
Those are all focus tokens.
So he only went 3. He can't go 4.
Yeah, he's still going 3 straight, going in his Congo line.
Oh, I think we might see some dice rolls. Maybe not. No,
I don't think it's going to be close enough for a dice roll. So the back squadron back there is starting to get in, but what'd be interesting at this point, if I was Dave, I'd probably go through and take out Cavill. Get swarm in and start picking off the ships from the back and working way forward.
If Cavill's in the back. Is Cavill in the back?
Yeah, Cavill's in the back.
Okay. Well, maybe Cavill's bait. Maybe but that's a lot of points to dump into a bait ship. Now, again, because he's running Cavill, some of you who don't play a lot of Scum and Villainy might not recognize Cavill himself. So basically, let me bring up Cavill's stats for you here. Now, Cavill, basically, when he's attacking a ship outside his firing arc, he rolls an additional die. So Cavill is a TIE Fighter killer. It's going to be 4 dice he's rolling with a focus token and then turned into a target lock against a 3 dice TIE Fighter defense.
Right, but he's still a Y-Wing, so you get enough ships firing at him, he's going to go disappear.
Well, yeah, but you're going to have to basically take
he's
4 or 5 TIE Fighters to kill him.
Right, but they're all going to be at PS9, so hopefully you can kill him before he even gets a chance to shoot.
Now, what I'm also really excited about is seeing Darth Vader swoop in and start killing people. Because, to me, this is where things are just going to get the most interesting. Darth Vader has to come into play.
Right.
Yeah, he's there to give everybody PS9 on the Engage. But really, Dave doesn't need Vader until he really starts engaging on Cavill. Because, everybody else in there is PS7 or 8. Scourge is, 7? I think Mauler Mythel's an 8.
Right.
We can look those up real quick here.
We can take a look at it real quick here. I don't have the...
Don't have the PSs, right?
I don't have the PSs on there right now.
That's easy enough. I can look it up
But yeah,
for
no,
us.
the beauty of Dave's list right now with the swarm tactics, even if he loses Vader, he can still use Mauler Mythel to go through and swarm tack him up to whatever his level is. Same thing with Scourge. He can go through and do that. Howl Runner.
Youngster's a 6.
Yeah, Howl Runner's an 8.
Yeah, Howl Runner's the 8. Scourge and Mauler Mythel are 7s.
Right.
Youngster's an 8. Sorry, Youngster's a 6.
Right.
But Youngster has to fire at a niche because he doesn't have...
Right, he doesn't swarm tactics, but he's there to rage all the other guys, so they all get reroll. Get all the...
They get a focus token and rerolls.
Rerolls, yep, so...
Too stressed, but it is what it is.
Okay, Vader's starting to...
Vader's just hanging back.
And then I bet it's another 4 straight for the Gazan, I guess, to try to keep it up in pace.
No?
It froze there. But
It looks like a 4 straight.
Yep,
Yeah.
another 4 straight just to try to keep pace with everybody else.
Yeah. The action's coming in here. Now we're going to start to check range. I think we're just outside of range 3.
Yep.
Look at that. He parked perfectly.
Just outside.
That was exactly what he wanted. But now we know that even if he dives in even if he streaks forward at 4 straight, which he likely isn't going to do, because that robs him of his action economy.
Right.
Then
he still wants to keep that Gazani and pace back there as much as possible.
Yeah.
And the thing is, if Jake keeps going to down this side, he's eventually going to get himself pinned into that side corner over there.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to make a turn at some point.
And looking at the way that the rocks are set up, I mean, if we pan out, we'll pan out here in a little bit as it moves further down the row. But I'm starting to think that maybe we'll see a Y-wing conga turn here, maybe a soft 3 at this point.
All right.
Maybe not, because a soft 3 actually gives you more distance than a 3 straight. And you'll start to form that concave that you need to, using the old naval term, to cross the T.
Right.
Because he wants to cross the T against those TIE fighters. But at the same time, what he'd really like to do is be able to bring his T to bear on the side of the formation where he can't get shot back.
Right. He wants to try to pick. If I was flying Jake's list, I would go through and try to basically sweep across the swarm, start taking it off from the outside.
Yeah.
Outside in.
But it's about to get really, really gross. So what do you think now? If you're Dave right now, do you 5 straight? Do you 5 straight the back guys?
If it was me, I might just to try to catch
Cable.
Yeah, just try to catch Cable. Plus, right now it's not. We've been going through and doing 3 straight, 2 straights or 3 straights every match, and he keeps going like that. I might just do it just to try to see if I can catch him off guard. That I was going to go forward.
So here's another thought. So if you 5 straight, we all know where a 5 straight's going to put you. I think that's going to be just out of arc of any thermal detonators. So I think thermal detonators. He's not going to drop those yet.
No.
He's going to wait until Dave has to commit to the attack.
Yeah.
Because he's only got 1 shot with those. He's got 4 thermal detonators. They could do a shitload of damage.
Oh yeah, they're going to do a bunch of damage, especially with the swarm out there, range 1 of all that stuff. So Dave's just got to keep that in mind. And Jake does gave Dave initiative, so he will be able to go through and see where Dave's black squadron is going to end up being positioned so he gets to choose whether he wants to drop those thermals or not.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing here is that they have their lists that are at the same PS. I mean, again, it's one of those cases where what are the fucking odds that you end up with this kind of a matchup?
It's OutRyder. It's more like
it's OutRyder. It's how we do it. So here, how far along are we, my friend?
We're about half hour into this right now.
Nice. Now, do we give a like a 3-hour time limit for this, or do 2.5?
No, it's a 3-hour time limit for
3-hour time limit. Yeah.
So they use the max amount of time that is specified in the Epic tournament tournament rules.
So now just to check, so I'm looking up there at the VLC player itself, and there's no time elapsing, and that's the way that's set up, right? Because I mean, I don't know very much about the total tech setup. John's waving high at us. Oh yes, my friend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
So yeah, we got a VLC, got a window. We're using OBS Studio, so we're doing a window capture on VLC.
Hang 10, good buddy. I'm going to be back in just a second.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to try to hold the fort down here, but for those that are also interested, we're using the timer and the squad overlays that you've been seeing have been generated from the Extremer software. I wrote that myself mainly just to go through and make it easier for me to go through and manage the overlays and stuff on here. Gold Squadron's gone through and used it, and there's been a couple other people have gone through and used it. So anybody that's interested in it, you can look on the Facebook group. There's an streamer on Facebook group, and feel free to join that. And if you run into problems with it, let me know. I'll go through and try to see if I can correct them.
Way to pick the slowest roller.
Yeah, man. We grabbed this great list. We're about ready to ring back in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at this slow rolling shit.
That's good piloting, sir.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Dave's doing a good job of keeping it back there and stuff. We're trying to debate on here whether when would Dave go through and make that big move forward? Is it they've been going through and doing this pretty consistently?
It's been all two roll through roll
when
shit.
he can do the 5 forward, and it kind of seems like a majority on his right flank there can do the 5 forward and get in there.
Right.
Yeah,
but the thing is, you also want to try to keep that Gazani in there as much as possible for the operations specialist.
Very true.
So I mean,
he could 4 forward. But I mean, if he 4 forwards even.
And at a certain point, you just got to seize opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like this is a 5 forward focus token, fuck off kind of move.
Right.
Rage, sir. Rage.
Yeah, true. He's got a rage. Good point.
It just depends where his youngster is, how far youngster is away from everybody. Because he's got to be 1 to 3 to get that youngster ability.
Well, everything in there is 1 to 3.
I suppose, but when those 4s go forward, 5 forward, that's range 2.
Yeah.
So if, you can see, I don't know where youngster is.
It looks like that one TIE fighter actually tried to get away from that rock over there.
Yep. He hit the rock, did not roll for it, and looks like he will not have to roll when he goes through it again. But
Oh, he did rock though, huh?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, you guys wanted red dice. You got red dice.
That's right, man. Hey, so shit, we totally missed red dice on the damn camera. My God.
It's all right.
We got to bring out the dice cam, my friend. But I tell you, the hard part here is going to be, again, figuring out that dive. And I feel like this is the turn. You got to dive and kill Cavill if you can. Because you're going to get what other chance are you going to have to get him before he pops his thermal detonator? Because you could PS kill him before he even thermal detonates.
Yeah, there's 4 of them there with him. There's 4 Y-wings of the thermal detonator. So.
Right. But I feel like if you 5 dive with the right squadron there, you 5 dive in, I think that you're going to be able to poke a little bit on the Cavill, and at the most you might only get like 1 or 2 shooting back at you, unless he does something really funky like 2 hards in this turn.
Right.
Which I mean, I feel like 2 hard in would be cancer.
For the Y-wings?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, what are they going to shoot? Their primary 9 primaries versus how many TIE fighters?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what you would do to try and save Cavill there, because again,
I think
people are
going to
die. This is epic. People are going to die. You just have to accept that
Right.
fact. Just hope that you have, I guess, 3 bombers left just to drop it next turn.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough, because I'm assuming that the bombers are all trailing.
Right.
I figure it's got to be the 4 bombers are all trailing, and they're the back 4.
Next time I go look around, I'll go try to figure that out for you.
Yeah.
And then I'll also try to be passing on some crit information when you guys.
So how are
get
some of the other matches going on right now?
I mean, nothing is, there's all the other games have, shots fired over there, but it's still way too close. Way too many points in the game to, and it can change. Although I will say, Epic is one of those games where you got a 3-hour game ahead of you, and you can lose in the first 15 minutes, but still have to play another 2.5.
Yeah, man.
But I don't see any of that so far. I think we did fairly well on our placements. Daniel, like I said, got a little shaft.
Yeah.
But so far, he just lost Biggs and Chewie down to 3 health left against the opening.
Well,
bang.
at least in that list, everybody has to. If they don't have ordnance, they all have to go through and shoot at Biggs. So.
Yep, and they did, but they did not kill Chewie, and they killed Biggs. But now it's because Dormitz is so close.
Yeah.
That first turn is definitely in the favor of those SFs,
Right.
but turn 2 now, I mean, he's got the back arc and such, but the way Daniel basically had his stuff facing parallel along the longboard edge, Daniel's not going to bump, but the SFs will.
Okay.
Nice.
So we'll see. It's definitely a tough matchup, but we'll see how it goes. It did not go full blown on one-sided in the opening, which is the big part.
Yeah, very much. Because I mean, those SFs could have theoretically wiped everything off the board.
With those ordnance and chips and
Right.
all that stuff, with
so
all the
broken.
tokens they have from hyperwaves, but now those tokens are gone.
Yeah.
And now it's back
Now
to
it's
even
just
playing
flying.
field a little bit. So we'll see.
Hey, do those SFs have like pattern analyzer or anything?
No,
on
they have
them,
the free one that can ignore crits.
Oh.
And he just straight up flew over the debris. Took
Right.
some stress on some people, but didn't care
Nice.
because Hyperwave already had them tokened up. They just didn't shoot their missiles, so the next turn they have them.
it's collision detector.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Collision detectors are really kind of sexy, especially
Free.
on a ship.
Free.
Free on a ship that you've got a native barrel roll on. What the shit, man?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Or
really good.
especially when you're doing the Dormants thing, like,
Right.
I have to set up in front of this debris. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll set up in front of it and go just run
I
over
have
it. I don't care.
2 evades and 3 focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
Get fucked, die in a fire.
Yep.
Good golly, this is getting crazy. Well, I tell you, I am super impressed by the level of competition we were seeing today, man. Oh my God.
So the only good thought that passed in my head as I'm looking through all these teams lists that are laid down, open, that we have to possibly match up against, is just how rough they look. The only good thought that went through my head is ours were the last ones to be paired against. No one wanted to put against ours. So I feel really good about that going in. And Dave Carr will be the first one to tell you, Epic is where OutRyder is won or lost.
Yeah,
it is actually absolutely won, because we won the first round 5-1 last time.
Yep.
Did not win us next round. We were like third or maybe second. I think third or fourth in the preceding rounds. But everyone was pretty even. And so when you blow out one round and no one else does any other round, that's where you go away from it.
Right. It's why we go through and do a month of Epic League just before
Epic
the OutRyder.
practice is huge. It is a different ball game. You absolutely have to have that practice.
I tell you what, look at this maneuver here. I think that was a 3 soft.
Okay, yep, looks like
soft barrel.
There goes a TIE fighter into the.
I wouldn't be surprised on that left side continuing that, and they're going to hang out in the wind range 2 to 3 to the Y wings that probably go straight, maybe bank.
Right.
But the other ones, the right flank there in front of the Gazani, they're doing 5 for it. I bet you. I bet you.
Yeah, this is the turn where basically Dave says, "Come get some," and you're about to be gotten.
It's got to be, and he puts out his little flashing token that reminds his teammate why he's re-rolling, or his opponent why he's re-rolling so much. Yep, rage.
Yeah.
Where's
there it is.
Yes, rage.
It's rage time.
Rage and Cajun.
All right, I'm going to run around. I'll check where those bombers are for you.
All right, brother. Thanks for checking in. Oh, my God. It's crazy talk.
Rage!
I hope that he's still got targets.
Well, at this point, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Dave gets one on the rage. He's got a nice little. I'm hoping we get to see on camera his nice new little rage indicator.
His rage Tokarino.
Yeah.
Oh man, see he's committing to the rage move.
Yeah.
But he's only 2 softing. I really kind of wanted to see a 3 soft from the outer edge guy.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, it's a toughie. Wow, look at that. Just stunning maneuvering right around the deal. I mean, luckily with TIE Fighters, isn't there 5 straight a green? Or is it just the 4 straight?
I think the 5 straight, it might be.
No, it's only the 2 and 3 straights are green.
Oh, the 5 is a white.
4 and 5 are both white.
Okay. It's the offender that has a green.
The 4 and 5 straight green. Yeah. You know, I mean, I love defenders with TIE Mark II, but man, oh man.
All right, looks like Cavill may be getting shots at this time, at least by one or two.
But you'll notice, so instead of straight maneuvering, he's setting up a firing line. So that basically, he's got his T crossed.
Right. And let's see here. And now
here comes the curve. He's curving in.
Yep.
It looks like he went 2 soft, not 3 soft, like I thought.
Yep.
So now you'll notice he's tokening up. So he focuses up, and once he spends that focus, he gets a target lock afterward that he can use on his second TLT, just like we were talking about.
So yeah, that's it. They both were decided that we've had enough of going our Congo lines, and now let's see if we can go through and catch the other person off guard or not.
I don't think either of them caught each other off guard.
No.
So we got 2 soft curves in.
All right.
So just an update: the Y wings with 2 pegs will have the bombs.
Gotcha.
Okay. And 3
also notice that he's got the bombs kind of scattered throughout his list.
Right.
Yep. They're not totally trailing. Very good move. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be so tasty. So here's the question: What do you think the over/under is on PS killing a Y wing? How many Y wings do you think die to PS? Now, what I'm saying for those who are saying, Parker, shut the fuck up. Mm-hmm. What I'm actually saying is that how many Y wings are going to die because Dave is going to shoot at PS at least 8, if not PS9.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if they on the optimal ways, if everything goes down Dave's way, then he wants to take off like a third of whatever he's shooting at should die. Well, you got to figure he's only going to be able to shoot. I'm predicting 8 TIE fighters shooting. Right. What do you think? Yeah, it looks like 1,
maybe
2.
7.
It's gonna be close. It's you probably got at least 1, 2. I'm not gonna just counting out loud here, looking at the screen. Maybe I don't know. I think maybe only 3 or 4 are gonna have shots this time. See that if that's the case, then they've all got to. They have to focus on a single one. And much right as now, that's gonna be Cavill. Yeah, I mean the way things are set up right now, that's got to nuke Cavill off the board. Right. If they nuke Cavill because he's rolling 4 frickin' dice at TLT, that's really obscene. This is a good move for Dave too. Anyways, banking in like that. Yeah. He's going to keep that Gazani
Within range.
Within range.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to go through and do a one hard or start doing some hard maneuvers and be able to still bring that Kazana, keep going forward.
Yeah.
And stuff. It'll still keep it within range of the entire swarm.
Well, I mean, these next 2 rounds are going to be the most bloody, I think.
Yeah.
And whatever lives through the next 2 rounds is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But
and then you're going to have Vader. Ideally, you would then have Vader just running around back behind.
Literally capping a Y-wing a turn.
Right. Let the swarm go through, damage them all, and then let Vader go through and try to go through and pick off what's left over.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking at it. It's like Jake's doing a pretty good job here of keeping everything where he wants it at that range, 2 to 3 range, just to try to go through and do as much damage as he can to that swarm that's coming in.
So it looks like
Cavill did not go.
I think he's sacking Cavill.
Yeah.
Because he was hoping that Dave would bait on the Cavill, but in fact I don't know that Dave baited in at all.
Dave did a nice soft. It was a nice conservative move in there. His entire fleet is not really within range of all those Y-wings, and unfortunately, it looks like Cavill is probably going to be getting hit this.
Yeah, I feel like Cavill's going to eat maybe 3 or 4 TIE fighters. Maybe 5.
Right. I think his hope though is to try to get some of the ties the next turn to come in, and then he drops the thermal detonator.
Then he thermal detonates, yeah.
The detonator back behind it.
Yeah, but like really, so in a perfect world for Jake,
right,
then it's a bunch of ineffectual fire.
Right.
And then maybe the Y-wing only loses half health.
Okay. If you guys are wondering why he's pulling out the big giant range ruler, he's checking for a Grant Tarkin's ability to see if he can go through and take away Cavill's focus token.
Just out of range.
He was at range 5, so he wasn't able to go through and do it.
Yeah. Because again, Tarkin and his range 4.
Right.
Here we go, man. It's about to get busted. So now let's go take a look at the dice cam there. So we've got our dice cam that we can see. Now, are we going to show the dice cam on the feed, or are we just going to keep it for us?
No, it's not going to be there, but I do have an ability to go through and
modify lists.
Well, I can go through and put some results up on the list here as we go through. We'll try to keep it up with it, but we can't guarantee that everything's going to be kept up.
Now, here's hoping that, so I see 1, 2. I guess it's looks like they're at range 3. So I guess, Dave, roll in the box. Good. So you got to move that out. So 2 hits. So 2 hits, first one. And looks like a dodge, and he probably burned his focus there.
The focus. Yeah.
I think he's going to burn the focus now. He's going to save it.
I think he dodged everything.
Okay. So he didn't burn his focus token.
Okay, so he took damage on that. I'll go through and do the damage updates afterwards. Looks like we got
focus for 2.
Focus for 2. Yep.
Now he's going to roll 2 dice. Looks like focus and I can't see the other one. I guess it's focus. Did he burn the focus?
No, it doesn't look like he did.
Nope. So he took 2 on that.
Yep.
So now all of his shields should be gone. I guess he's saving the focus for a crit.
Right.
I think that's just out. Yeah, so that looks like another one coming in.
Yep. So, hit a crit.
Here's the focus. He's going to eat at least 1. If not, we may have to reposition the...
we'll have to go through and
reposition the dice
I'll
cam.
go through and back and see if I can back that up a little bit.
Yeah. So it looks like he took at least 1 from Maj. And there's a dodge for a hit crit, so he's taking a crit. Oh, things are getting silly. Let's see here. Looking at all the various dice effects that are going on. You can see the edge of Dave Carver's illustrious head as he positions the dice camera out. And hopefully Dave will check the crits while he's out there. We'll see what's going on. That was some hot, beefy, spicy action. And now we get to see what happens next. How much damage did Cavill have?
Cavill has a stun pilot.
He has a stun pilot. Yeah. What's that do for him?
It makes him, what is it? can't perform straight maneuvers.
For next turn, so he
Right.
can only go curved.
Right.
Yeah, now how much damage does Kaval have?
He's got 1 damage on him, and that was the crit.
Gotcha. So he only took 4 damage that whole round of shooting?
Yeah.
Because now Kaval gets to shoot back. So Dave, so he rolls 3 total. And 3 again. Because, of course, there's his 4. I guess he's rolling 4. There's a focus, so that's a no dodge. Where did dice cam go, buddy?
It's going back up there.
Gotcha.
I was trying to. I still need to move it over a little bit.
Yeah. Honestly, just you might just want to rotate it sideways.
Yeah. Well, actually, what I guess I need to do is just move the camera.
I gotcha. Okay, and we're back over there. Check out how much damage Dave took. So now we've got shots back. It looks like that. Checking to see if there's any shots in range. Looks like I think the back row can't shoot. So probably. Yeah, this is a tough one. I don't think the shots here. This is very, very exciting. Okay, looks like 2 hits there. And 1 focus for dodge. So he just popped a shield on one of the Y wings there. Because I think he spent his. I don't know. Might not have spent his focus for dodge.
How Runner went ahead and took 2 damage.
Oh damn. How Runner took 2, huh? That's no good. You catching any audio on the camera?
Yeah, it's the audio you can pick it up. It looks like number 26, whatever number down that, took 2 damage. So
yeah, a couple of Dodgerinos there. I missed what he ended up getting. So now we're in the dice rolling phase, which is both the most exciting and the least exciting part of the game. Kind of almost hear him. I heard. Okay, and just waiting for some dice rolls to happen.
There they are.
Just trying to check out ranges there. There's 3 hits. 3 dodges. Look at that. Holy moly. That's impressive. Then looks like another roll. He got 1 hit.
Right.
Dodges. He got 1 dodge.
2 dodges.
Wow, the evades are strong with the force there. What's happening next? And by the way, the OutRyder Cup VI dice boxes, the complimentary prizes for everyone who every team member who plays today.
Yeah, we'll try to get it in between rounds here. We'll try to get those on the camera so everybody can see them. They
3
are
hits
very, very beautiful
versus, looking. I think he probably took a damage on a TIE fighter. So far in the first engage, it looks like that. Basically, probably 5 or 6 damage on the Y wings, and so far just a couple on the TIE fighters.
Yeah, something like that. I'll go check after this is over to get a complete update.
Looks like 2 dodge, 2 evade there.
Yep.
Firing away, got 2 hits there. And Dave only gets 1 dodge, so he took a damage on that TIE fighter. I got to tell you, so far the rolls have been pretty good. I think it's just the TIE fighters have been dodging much better than the TLTs have been hitting.
Right.
And TLTs are just so dice efficient. It's amazing.
Yeah, they annoy me. I play Hawks and stuff, so yes, and Bombers, so I hate TLTs.
Yeah. Uh-oh, I think a TIE fighter died.
Yep, 1 TIE fighter's down.
Is that How Runner?
That might be. I'll have to go through and check it.
Okay.
Check
hey,
it
well,
over there.
you're taking a look
Actually,
at this.
it's pretty far back there in that list, so I don't think it's I think it's Howler Runner.
I'm gonna go take a look.
Okay.
It looks like a couple of TIE fighters might have died. I'll be right back.
Right.
Yeah, so it looks like that Howl Runner still has 2 damage. He's got 1 TIE Fighter with 2 damage, and 1 TIE Fighter is now dead.
Okay.
So like a total of 7 damage has been delivered this turn.
Looks like the web camera froze, so I'm going to go ahead and try to reboot it.
Sounds good, sounds good. Don't you love how we're just tag teaming back and forth? It's like we're bouncing around. It's almost like we've done this sort of thing before or something. So it's dial-in time. The things have been thinned out a little bit. 7 total damage from towards the TIE Fighters, and I think a very similar amount of damage has been delivered to the Y-Wings themselves. Here's hoping that things become mighty and terrifying sometime soon. So as soon as Dave gets back, we're going to update the score, and we'll see that right now it is 16 points for Jake Abrams to Dave's current 0. Yeah, so we need to update the score. Mark down that Jake is actually up right now, 16 to 0.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through and do that.
And also mark down the damage on 2 of the Black Squadrons.
Yes. We'll get that done right.
So Howl Runner's down to 2. Black Squadron's down to 2.
We got 2 Black Squad. We got a Black Squadron that's down.
1 hull left.
He's got 1 hull left. We got 1 Black Squadron that is actually gone.
Yep.
And we got Howl Runner, which is at
1 hull left.
1 hull left. So, and then Jake's at 16 points. Then.
Yep, 16 to 0 right now. Now, as long as he plays this gently, as long as he plays this just right, he should be able to not fly into Cavill's cracker ass thermal detonator drop. And then he's got to turn around and actually, I'll get back in camera again. Yeah, then he needs to make sure that he also delivers some mighty heat unto the rest of them.
And so we're looking at Dave's list here. We see that Howl Runner is sitting down at one hull left. We got another tie that's sitting down at one hull left, and then 1 Black Squadron pilot is gone. So.
Yeah, did you happen to notice while you were up the last time what kind of damage was laid onto the Y-Wings? Because we know that Cavill took 4 damage total.
I'll go back and take a look at those, and then we can update that score as well.
The swarm list appropriately.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and switch it back over to the epic match.
Hi, everyone.
And you can be bored to death by LP for the next 15 minutes.
That's exactly how it works. So I'll just keep talking. Now, one of the things that Dave's got to deal with right now is that he kind of went all in on the rageometer, and some of his ships weren't in range to fire, so he kind of unnecessarily raged. And he's got to kill stress for 2 turns to get that stuff up, because he's not running a bunch of comms boosters on his Gozanti, so he can't just strip out the stress and assign focus or evades. This is the kind of trade-off that you have with the Gozanti that Dave runs versus the comms booster shenanigan Gozantis. So right now we're looking at Jake Abrams has 16 points to Dave Talbot's 0. We think that Cavill's got 4 damage and a stunned pilot.
Well, Cable still overly has the 1 crit on him, and then 1 Y-Wing has 2 shields gone.
Yep, so basically it was 6 damage to 7 damage in that last round of shooting.
Yeah. Dave feels he probably did rage a little too early.
Yes.
He thought he turned a bit in more.
And when I looked at it over there, he raged the back half too early.
Yep.
But now he's got to basically go through. I mean, as long as he can get stuff within range of Howl Runner and start to put Howl Runner towards the back.
Or more importantly, out of TLT range. I mean, just fly forward, keep it, and hopefully, I mean, he's got enough Y-Wing spread out that's not really viable, but it's tough pickle. He's in a pickle.
The problem now is that if he dives on Cavill's just going to drop a thermal detonator, run away, laugh, and kill Howl Runner without a shot. So it's going to be there are some shenanigans that are about to be afoot. But yeah, so 6 damage to 7 last round, but that 6 damage was pretty effective. But I mean, he's got a good chance. He'll bop 2.
The ability to repeat that though is what's the issue.
Yeah,
his rage. He can't
now
rage
that the
again.
rage is down, and especially because we've got Howl Runner's down to just 1 hull.
Yeah,
so
and she's all the way on the right too. She can only affect so many.
Right.
Yeah. But hopefully she'll be able to affect enough to be able to take out Cavill this turn.
Right.
I mean, if Cavill drops, that's at least a Pyrrhic victory so far.
Right. Right now, this for people watching the stream here, we've got the updates here. The Cavill is down the 4-hole, and we got one Y-wing that's only lost 2 shields. Everything else looked pretty good for Jake that round in that particular exchange. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens this next round here.
Well, luckily you've still got you got ops specialists there that can start giving out focus tokens.
Right.
You're not wrong. Yep.
You've got Tarkin who can go deliver a focus token to
somebody. He's got a couple comms
somebody.
boosters as well.
Does he have comms boosters?
I believe he got a couple comms boosters.
Yeah, because I think the list that we show, he has ops, suppressor, automated protocols, and Tarkin.
Oh.
No comms.
No comms.
Someone needs to talk to that boy.
Yeah, well, it's
we
one of
talked
those things I was just talking about on the stream that he traded Tarkin for a comms booster. Right. And I think Tarkin's maybe a little more effective there.
If he's in range and doing the target lock stuff, but
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing about right now, that Gazani has that. If we take a look at it on the screen
He's now
here,
in range 4 for the suppressor.
That Gazani has a nice big rock sitting right in front of him. So
yeah, nice bank maneuver right or left to clear that.
Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Or you can even go straight.
Just to
Take
take
it
a
One
hole.
straight one.
But yeah,
Straight
but-
run 2 turns in a row, so he's not going to hit that. But he's going to
he's
not
one
keep
of
up
the
with the
key-
rest. I'm
yeah,
sure it's a
he-
bank 1 or bank 2.
right. He's
To the
gonna-
right.
He's going to keep up with the back group there or something like that, try to keep it within range for the ops specialists.
Well, so it looks like right now Dave's trying to close that. He's trying to close that big, huge curve
You
maneuver.
absolutely have to. You absolutely have to.
And here's going to be the nasty bit. I feel like that we're probably going to see a Y-wing drop this turn.
forward. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy's getting out of there. He's
Is that- yep, they're gonna.
well. This is a problem.
Yeah, those rocks on the left flank are really going to hurt Dave. He's going to have to too hard the leftmost tie to get around that rock, because the 1 hard's going to drop him right on it. I mean, he could 3 hard, but
It's probably going to be green. He's probably try to get that.
yeah, he's got to clear that
actions.
stress. So he could 1 soft and barrel, and then try and get an angled shot on somebody.
This is what happens when you take 4 turns to engage. You get too happy and rage too early.
Yeah, exactly. Premature ragulation. Yeah. That's how life works sometimes. You get a little excited, and you rage up too
It's only
early.
happened this one time, baby.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes that
Is
one
it-
time's all enough. It's only one shot you get.
He's too excited like an 18-year-old.
Yeah, when you rage too soon, and then your partner's just sitting there going, "Well, this is a little different than what I expected," then you don't get to see him again because they turned around and they're unimpressed with your early rage.
One of the few times his opponent's happy he rages too soon.
Hey, sometimes you hope the other one gets off first, man.
Yep.
That's all there is to it. So this is going to be nasty. It's going to be really nasty. Although
Well-
we're going to finally see Vader get into play, because Vader should be able to swoop in.
Vader's
And
nothing
start.
but a swarm tactics carrier. Come on now.
He is, but he's still Vader.
Yeah.
He'll
He's got
die
an
to
ATC.
TLTs. He'll die to TLTs
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
But
everybody
that's
else.
why you got to. That's why we were hoping that Dave could go through and put a bunch more damage on those TLTs, then bring in Vader later on to go through and deal with them at close range.
Yeah.
But it's still early. It's not.
I mean, Vader's got to get in, target lock a son of a bitch, and then start delivering some pipe. That's what he has to do. If he doesn't do that, then
I think Dave's still all right. I don't think he's going to be within range one of a bomb drop here. So I think he still should be outside of that thermal detonator.
the outside ship is going to be thermal detonated. Maybe the outside too.
Maybe.
Yeah, because if he thermals now, he's going to get some free. He's going to get a free stress and a free damage
Right.
on the outside one, the one that's the closest to
Right.
Cavill.
Well, he also
I don't know if
looks
he's going to touch anybody else.
Yeah.
He might get 2 of them there.
It's hard to tell. Is he sitting on
Holy
a rock?
shit, he didn't bomb. He
Nope.
did not bomb.
Oh man, I thought for sure he would go through and drop the bomb.
But now he's sitting at range 2 of 5 TIE
Yeah.
fighters. And Cavill's back there. How Runner should live this turn as
should.
long as Cavill dies.
Right.
Now, I mean, obviously, I'm a little biased because I'm Dave's friend, but at the same time, I really want to compliment Jake on his really decent flying.
Yeah.
Although I'm a little confused about Jake playing Lagger. I don't know if I necessarily with Cavill
With
playing
Cavill,
lag
right.
position, because
I think he did it just mainly for maneuvering. He put Cavill right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Then it messes up maneuvering too much. you got to try to jump around him and over
yes,
him.
But when you look at how, I mean, it's not like he didn't run a 5x5 column. He ran, in essence, what looked like a 4x5, and then Cavill lagging back at least 2 base lengths.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he positioned Cavill to be the rear guard.
Yeah, he's rear guard and bait.
But so he throws away 35 points because he's already half damaged. He's got a very good chance of just fucking dying this turn.
No, he does not hit the rock.
There we go. I mean, he stands a real legit chance of dying this turn. Cavill does.
He's got 1, 2. He has 5, 6, 7, possibly 7 TIE fighters going through.
Yeah, so he's got to go for Cavill first, and then if he can at all figure it out, he should be able to get. Who is that asshole in the back?
Where?
That asshole TIE fighter in the back there. Who is that guy?
Don't know. I can find out.
Yeah, let's go find out, because what the hell is he doing back there?
He partied
dead?
too much last night at the freaking bar.
Yeah, there we go. Too much old crow. Too much old emperor. So Carver's heading off to go check out what in the hell is that going on with that TIE fighter in the back arena. And we're starting to do some calculations. He's delivering out his Grand Moff Tarkin stuff. He's checking range for swarm tactics. And he's just trying to make sure that he can indeed deliver unto Jake what is Jake's. Yeah, what's going on with that TIE fighter, buddy?
That is a drunk Black Squadron pilot. He's just kind of off on his own little area.
I see. All right. Well, Mega Dave for 1,000, Alex. And we got to see what's going, because I think he just measured, and I think he checked. Let's grab the dice cam. Looks like 1 crit up there.
Yes, you got 1 crit.
And
there, we're going to get a delay here. There it is. And to focus.
Yeah, we're just trying to catch up on everything.
And it looks like a thrust control fire.
So get some stress. I think we're probably going to see Cavill pop this turn. Because we got to look at like 3 different images right now.
Yeah.
I mean, those of you who don't know what our set looks like.
And it looks like 2 hits.
2 hits. All right. So a double hit Jones.
And a
single focus result.
Yep.
So I guess it's another damage. He's got to be dying soon. We'll check to see when Cavill finally pops, because I mean he has to pop this
Jake's
turn.
pulling up some damage cards too. Looks like he put 2 or 3 damage cards there. So
yeah,
I think if this is right, it looks like there's 2 more hits coming in.
Versus 1 focus.
Yep.
There's another damage, another damage.
And I think Cavill's probably going to be coming off the board here.
Yeah.
We got a little bit lag between when the dice are rolling and when the
what the camera
screen,
looks like.
And Cavill comes off the board.
Pops. Okay, that's 35 points to Mega Dave. Yep. He's up now 35 to 16. Now the other half, if I understand this right, the other half of Dave's squadron now is hopefully going to concentrate fire on that. He didn't even have to use all of his ships, so he's still got that flanking range out there.
Right.
So it looks like 1 hit versus no dodge. So that pops a shield arena. And let's see what's going. Yeah, so he's still finishing off that flank over there.
Right.
Now, these are all going to be PS shots because of the swarm tactics.
Right.
He's going to be able to just lay some serious damage.
Right.
Now, here's a quick question. Where is Vader? Is Vader right up in that squadron already?
Yeah, he's probably bumped him up to 9.
No, I'm saying, like, where is Vader positionally?
It looks like Vader is just in front of the Gazani.
Is he? I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, he looks like he's in front of the Gazani over there.
Yeah, bring up that extra camera there.
Yeah, I think Vader is right in front of the Gazani on that screen there. You can he's nestled in behind some TIE fighters.
Yeah, he's just trying to give that.
He's getting into a position where he can go through and bring up the entire swarm up to PS9.
Yeah, so we've got a judge coming over for a laser call to determine whether or not the arc is in. So Dave is rolling dice.
Right.
And bring up the dice cam. Yeah, we must have missed it. So. Yeah, there we go. So it should be coming in any second.
We'll see. Unless it's not behaving right.
I mean, we can see shadows moving, so the dice cam's in effect. So he's just delivering focuses. Oh, you know what? Now his system officer is kicking in.
Yeah.
So it looks like I think he's got range from there. So I guess he's just trying to focus This is where Dave's list really comes into 4. If he can just basically focus and kill like a TIE fighter, like a Y-wing plus a turn.
Yeah, it looks like the flip cameras
gone diddly bop.
Yep. There it goes.
There it is. So it looks like 1 focus. You use a Howlrunner reroll, or what do you do there? Just picked them both up. Trying again. More dicey wicey. Looks like a hit.
1 evade.
Yeah, we're probably just going to have to, and an evade, so he dodged it. You're probably just going to have to go like in between rounds, go take a peek.
Get the updates.
This is interesting. Okay, so now more dice are rolling, more dice are flying. Looks like that. I'm thinking that it's now time for payback, as the French would say.
Yeah, they can steal TLT shots now.
Yep.
So we got 2 hits and 2 dodges.
All right, so TIE fighters dodge again.
Looks like we got 3 hits
versus
3
dodges at the focus. Is he going to burn it?
He's going to burn it.
Yes, he is.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, because of the ability for each one to deliver an effective 2 damage a turn, you got to pick when to focus. I mean, they're all good at some point. Every focus token. Oh, geez, look at that dice rolling.
Another 3 hits.
Wow, that's impressive.
Somebody saltwater test those dice.
And then there's
looks like 1 hit.
1 hit focus. Probably going to spend the focus to
make it 2.
To get the target lock.
And we got
1, 2.
And he's rolling 4 dice.
He was rolling 4. Must have been range through a rock, I guess.
Yeah.
1 hit.
And
then target lock.
Yep.
For 1 hit.
And
2 dodge.
So this is actually kind of averaging out pretty well for Dave right now.
Yeah. So far, I mean, it looks like there's only 1 TIE fighter dead.
Right.
There's some Y-wings I think have taken some splash damage. We'll check between.
It looks like we got a
dice
back
rolling rounds.
Look, he's trying to shoot from the back.
Yeah.
Back TLT. Just out of
that
range,
guy's just out.
and maybe it's close on that. Oops, they bumped the ship.
Oh, look at that! I think he made a mistake there. I think when he replaced his ship, he placed it too close. It's what it is, though.
It is what happens.
2 against Dingo.
Yeah, 2.
That poor schmuck took a damage.
Yep.
Hope I didn't kill him.
Nah,
That'd make me salty.
No, it looks like it's all right.
That's a damage. There's 1 hit. Target lock for 2. Against 1 dodge. So another fromage. I think we still got ships on the board. It's still nasty.
Yeah, it's still. I think it's
But the thing that I really like about how Dave's doing is that he's got damage spread across a bunch of TIE fighters.
Right, and that's what he needs to have done. But yeah, it's gonna hurt him in the next several rounds, but it should be. He still should be all right. He should be able to take off some more Y-wings here and go forward. But Jake's been playing very well with the way his setup is done. Okay. And they're trying to check to see if they have shots in the back group. It doesn't look like it. So Howlrunner does look like it's going to stay around this round here. And we got 1 hit going in. And it looks like Dave lost another TIE fighter. So looks like another 16 points. That puts it 32.
Let's see what we got here. Looks like we got 3 hits on 2. Apparently he didn't have his focus handy.
Right.
So he took another damage. Do I see 2 TIE fighters dead now?
Yeah, two fighters.
So he's got 32 to 35. It's not a named fighter, is it? Do we know?
No, it's just another Black Squadron pilot.
Gotcha.
Oh, that whole row where Dave's have the ships at is all Black Squadron.
Oh, wow. Look at that. 2 more. Focus for 3.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
And
Looks like 2 dodge.
Yep.
Blank. Yep, so he took some damage.
TOT is just a numbers game.
Yeah. You got to play so well against him. Holy moly.
And it looks like another TIE fighter's gone, so that's another 16. So Dave's lost two TIE fighters this round.
Yeah. Well, it's still I mean, he technically has a very narrow. Oh, oh wow, he's down 3 TIE fighters total.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
So it looks like they're all Black Squadron pilots. So I'll go try to check to see which ones
are
gone.
Try to check on that and see what the damage is on the Y-wings. We'll come right back to it. This is a heck of a game, I tell you. It's really a fantastic game to watch because while we talked a lot about how Dave can just dive in and get there, the problem is he's got to get into range. And he's had to spend way too much time at ranges 2 and 3. So what's it look like over there with the Y-wings?
I'll go back over there and check it in a moment here.
Sure, got it. Just updating some stats.
So what we've got here. All right, so what we got here for Dave right now. He's lost 2 more Black Squadron pilots. He still has a Howl Runner sitting there out on the board with 2 damage on her, and that's pretty much it. It's actually most of that fire and stuff was concentrated on two TIEs there. So
gotcha. So basically, Dave ended up spending 2 TIE fighters to kill Cable, but now he's gonna as long as he at least can keep his named pilots alive, he's gonna PS shoot everything else.
I'll go check in the Y.
Sounds good, buddy. So we're setting up dials right now, as you can see. Dave's kind of distributing out his dials, and Jake is distributing his, and we're gonna see what happens next. So right now we're just looking to see exactly what's going on with that setup. I'm very intrigued to see how this goes from here. Okay. So what's the damage looking like over there?
All right. So we got
couple shields off of 1. Couple shields off of 1.
Yeah. And that's
the only damage?
That's the only damage that.
Wow. So he spent 2 TIE fighters to get 4 damage.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he caused 8 damage.
Right.
He killed Cable.
Right.
And he caused 4 more damage to
on
other
the other stuff.
Ys.
So yeah, for that matchup now. So this is what the Jake's squad's looking like right now.
You might as well pop the hull off of Cable because he's dead.
Yes, I gotta go through and do that. So we'll go back and flip that back over. I forgot to change Cable off of there. All right, let's go up. Let's get this here. Link. Cable, there we go. Down, and Cable is dead.
So how many of the, it looks like that on the edges there, the leading edge Y-wing has the thermal detonator.
Yeah.
So he's got to be careful about diving on that.
He's got to be careful diving in with some of those guys because of that thermal detonator. He doesn't want to get the free damage from those bombs in there and stuff.
Especially because he's got so many damaged TIE fighters now.
Right. It's still a fairly close match here.
Oh, totally.
This could go either way. It's really going to be depending on how Dave goes through and brings these guys in. And when
Vader has to start doing damage.
Right. Yeah. He's got that ATC, so he needs to start pushing those crits through.
Yeah.
Through on the ships.
Because those Y-wings will start disappearing once you start critting them.
Right. They're going to slowly start trying to make this turn around the corner here to take the ties from the side there. So, and it looks like we got about an hour. We're about halfway through the match right now. So we got about another hour and 40 minutes to go here. So
now, if the game ended right now, technically Jake would have a win because OutRyder Cup uses 11 points or 12 points.
So they still had the modified win rule, but basically what it is, if they don't win by more than 12 points, then it pushes as a skin, and the point for each of these matches. For each player goes to the next round.
Right.
So each of their matches then would be worth double on what it would normally be.
Right. Now, I mean, I can't see this as actually turning into a skins round.
No.
The only way that this could is if, for instance, Jake manages to kill enough TIE fighters to keep it within, and then Dave kills, the equivalent amount of Y-wings in return. But there's a built-in difference of 12, I think. Like you got 16 versus 28 for the cheapest Y-wings.
I'm going to check to see real quick which of those Y-wings that has thermal detonators, see if any of those had damage or not on them. Cause
that's reasonable to check.
Because it could make a difference on what happens here in the going forward.
Yeah, it absolutely could. So he's going to go ahead and head over and take a look at the damage results over on some of those Y-wings. We'll see exactly how this is panning out. Looks like Dave's going to start his movement, or at least is just double checking his movement. And it's just about time to start laying some dice, and putting ships where they need to be. And I think it's a pretty common consensus that Vader's got to get involved. And I think right now, those Y-wings, they're in such an interesting position because right now, they'd be better off just flying straight. If I was the Y-wings, I'd be flying straight past that rock, 3 straight, maybe even 4 straight, and kind of maneuvering through the rock path. Now, bring us up the image of the camera over there, if you don't mind. And
for which one are you looking?
The big cam. The big cam. Let's look at the big cam. So I want to see it on the big TV. So I want to see a view there. Now, it looks like he should be able to fit that Y-wing formation between that rock and I think another set of rocks.
Yeah.
So he should be able to straight fly around there and keep leading those TIE fighters around.
Right. The Y-wings that do have the damage on them for the shields do have the thermal detonators.
So Dave's concentrating on thermal detonator-wise. So if he can take those again off the board before they even get the chance to shoot, then that's going to be saving him some free damage.
Right. So I'm going to go through and update this so that it has the appropriate guys.
Okay, so the Y-wings are the TIE fighters are zooming in.
All right.
Now they still got. They actually still have stresses on him, so I guess he's making white maneuvers.
Right.
He's bringing that TIE fighter around so he can kind of sweep the gap. And he's also trying to arrange it so that he's not in position for the Y-wings to drop bombs on him now. Because again, how we talked about how Dave's PS4s move before the Y-wing PS4s.
Okay, so this is the corrected list for Jake here. So his 2 of his Y-wings that had the thermal detonators do have
2 shields gone.
2 shields gone. Then I got 1 higher gun down here. I still got to go through and correct, but it's full health. So
yeah. Let's see here. That Y-wing is actually harding in. You see that? He hard 2'd in.
Yeah, he's trying to keep a swarm here. And this guy is actually kind of interesting now. The guy that's hanging off to the side. So he's like, I'm going to go face the whole swarm myself.
Exactly. I'll take him. Wow, this is going to be such a tough game. It's still a tough game. Well, I tell you, Dave's got he's got a tough one ahead of him still. I mean, it is very winnable by both sides. Yeah. Let's not beat around the bush here. But you have to kill. You got to get two Y-wings dead this turn.
Yeah, you got to start taking Y-wings off the board.
Yeah, because they're so tanky and they're so ridiculously hard to kill just plinking at them. You need just a massive firepower, and you'll notice that with half of Dave's ships, they're all still stressed because they had to make white maneuvers. Is Howl Runner still alive? Did we notice?
Yes, Howl Runner is still alive.
Gotcha. Okay.
She's sitting there with one hull left.
Yeah. So it almost looks like that the next ship to die has to be that trailing bomber Y-wing.
Right.
I mean, he's probably going to end up going, I would think. He might 3 soft. He might 2 soft. I'm not exactly sure. I want to see where he goes. I guess he's just trying to figure out the order of his ship movement there.
And he's doing a good job keeping in his Y-wings out of the range of Dave's stuff there. Dave's starting to bring his stuff back around. It looks like he's maybe trying to take some of these ties and just do a flanking maneuver. Did he go 4 straight and
get a stress?
Yeah.
No, I guess he only went 3.
Yep. He's keeping it.
So once again, he's only giving like a couple of TIE fighters a shot per turn.
Right.
Which is what he needs to do. He just basically needs to make it so that he can turn around and lay as much damage as possible. And he's only going 1 straight with that guy.
You know, if I was playing this game, I might be a dick and just take my TIE fighters and book it across to the other side of the board.
Just
really reset it back up and then re-engage it to when he has to come in and start charging in at me.
The game will run out of time and he'll lose by 13 points.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, I get what you're saying, but the problem here is just that he would run out of time. So, he's slow rolling too much.
Oh, we'll see how it goes. He's just trying to.
He's trying to lay up for the next round of engagements. I get that, but if you dive 5 forward, you've got guys you can shoot.
Yeah, but you're not gonna go close the gap quick enough. So, I mean, if you can keep the guys back out and they're not getting shot at, you can reset it. You can reset the engagement back up to how you want it to go through, and be done. Vader's getting in there, and I don't know necessarily if that's where you want him, but
at least he can get in there.
Yeah.
It looks like Vader's going to have a shot on 1 Y-wing. Right. Honestly, it looks like he can probably. Yeah, he's trying to get the Vader engager.
Yep.
Target lock.
Target lock for Vader.
So that's the target. That's the ship that has to die this turn.
Right.
So you dump as many. Looks like you focus target locked. Yeah, nice. Now, Gazantarino.
He's got to go.
Straight.
Actually, let's see.
2 straight.
We'll find out how far it goes.
Looks like 2 straight.
Looks like 2 straight. Yep. Keeping him within range so he can go through and do the op specialist and stuff on there if he needs to.
Then he's got Dangle Reno over there, who's just basically saying, "Come on, just stop trying to hit me and hit me."
I'm over here. I got you. I got you. Come on. You want a piece of me?
Not Swarm Tactino.
Yep. So he's trying to Tarkin here to see if he's at range 4 to go through and strip off a token here.
Looks like no.
No, just outside of it.
So then he's just going to give an extra focus token, probably to the guy in front.
Yep.
The other guy to give him a focus.
Right. And it looks like the next turn, Dave could go through and do a 1 bank or a 2 bank on the Gazani if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think he's managed to clear the gap.
Right.
Oh, he's double focusing that guy. Interesting. So maybe he's the most damaged, and he wants him to tank as much as possible. I'm not sure. We'll see. The question is he at range 2?
So
dice cam.
Yep.
We've probably already missed the dice rolls.
There it is.
1 evade, so no evades maybe.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the good old 5-second versus 1 second delay.
Yeah.
There's a focus to, there's one hit versus double focus. That's a hit. Because I'm sort of feeling like he's probably going to use Vader just to back clean up. So he can try and push those double hits.
And looks like a hit and two hits.
Yep. Versus
And
double focus. I'm waiting for him to spend that focus token. Because so far he's not. He's reserving it.
He's still got shields right now, I think, so he's just
that should burn the shields off, though. Yeah, there's the focus token. He's finally wanted to dodge some damage.
Right. He's down in the hole, so.
Yeah. That's a
Operation
system
Special.
ops.
Yeah, Operation Special giving out a focus token out there.
Yeah. He's grabbing
so
dice out.
Looks like a Vader, I think, is shooting.
Yeah, looks like one hit. And he gets to add crit. Double focus, so his
focus is gone.
Yeah. So we'll see what the crit comes through. Direct hit? I can't see.
Yeah,
damage engine.
Damage engine.
Oh, wow.
So
can't make any hard turns.
Yep.
So his 2 hard is now red as well.
Yep.
That really limits his mobility.
Right.
Luckily, he's not stressed, so he can still hard turn this turn. But I don't think he did quite enough.
No, he didn't. He didn't take the ship off.
No.
So it's still going to get the. You got at least.
It's going to be the spray and pray right now.
So.
Oh, luckily,
really
look at that.
Yep. Good. That's Dave's turn in there, kept him out of range. So.
Yeah. But those front 3 are going to get shellacked.
Yeah. But they're focused up enough. This is just like a war of attrition right now.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure if how exactly things are going to wind up. Because if another TIE fighter pops this turn without dropping a Y-wing, it's starting to look pretty grim.
Yeah.
Because it's right now it's eight Y-wings to 9 TIE fighters and an advanced.
So yeah, it's gonna.
2, 3, 4,
You're gonna get
5,
TOT
6,
shots
7,
coming in.
8,
So, let's got one hit.
Shooting that Jamoke. I didn't see the defensive roll.
It was one hit went through.
So one hit there.
You got one hit on that one.
Versus target lock.
Target lock. So
versus Diddley. So it's another hit.
Yep.
Oh, I hate TLTs, man. It's just nice, very nice.
Thank you guys. Thank you for moving our dice tray for us.
Oh, it's so brutal.
But the damage is being spread around right now. So.
He moved the thing back over.
Yep. And looks like another
green
hit.
dice went away. That should be another dead tie. If he's targeting it.
Yeah, if he's focusing on the same one, it should be.
It's another dead tie.
Yep.
Damn. So it's 64 to 35.
Yeah.
But if he bags another TIE fighter, he bags another Y-wing, then that makes it 64 to 63.
Right. So it looks like another one of those is gone. We'll update that.
Oh, damn. Because again, basically every single one of these Y-wings is worth 2 TIE fighters.
Right. Well, and they've got double hull. They got shields and stuff, which keep them around. Again, at some point, Dave has to try to jump into.
He's got to dive. He's got to dive soon, or else he's gonna get boned. What a tough one. What a tough round. Whoa, 3 dodge on 3 hits.
Hey, there we go. Is it through the rock? So
dice are coming back.
Yep.
There's
look, it's 3.
Focus for 3.
Yep.
Oh, shit, flying dice.
Flying dice all over the place.
And squadoodly. Target lock. It's another dead tie. It's just
it was actually a damage.
Yeah,
so.
just the damage, okay.
Yep. And it looks like a dodge on that one.
Good grief.
Just one. Every roll, and it looks like just one hit and one dodge.
Wow. So he's staying alive by the skin of his teeth, but he's got to kill 2 Y-Wings next turn.
Right.
He's just got to kill 2 Y-Wings next turn. That's all there is to it. He's got to start evening up the numbers.
There goes another tie.
Yeah, so now it's up to was that another black squadron, do we know?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll go over and check it just to make
sure. So
sure.
now it's 80 points to 35. He's got to kill 2 Ys. Okay, still watching some dice rolling here. Looks like it's back to dials. So Dave's sitting on a pretty significant gap. What's it looking like there, Carver?
The tie, one of the ties that died was Youngster, and the other was a Black Squadron pilot.
Ah, gotcha. So Youngster is actually worth
16.
16 as well.
Yep.
So basically the same cost,
Yep.
but now no more rage.
No more raging out there.
But honestly, I think that first rage could have cost him the first chunk of the game.
It could have. All right. And I need to check to see what the damage is on the other thing. But for right now, this is what Dave Talbot's list is looking at right now. Youngster is
Youngster's gone.
off the board. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 Black Squadron pilots that are down as well.
So he's lost 5 total
Right.
TIE fighters out of his dozen?
Yeah. And Howell Runner is still out there. I'll go check on the image.
All right. Checking out those ships over there. We're still seeing dials go down. Although the benefit of having a whole bunch of ships blown out from underneath you is that at least you get to turn around and have fewer dials to lay. So ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody's just checking their dials there at the last second. I just went through while Dave was up, and I updated the main score. So Jake has 80 to Dave's 35.
All right.
And this is one of those games where MOV doesn't matter, just the skin point does.
Well, actually, MLV does come into play. A couple years ago, OutRyder Cup 2, I believe it was.
Yeah.
The point separation between they were both tied with the same points at the end of the game, and the MLV difference was 5 points.
Wow. Yeah, so you got to try and get your MOV as much as possible. That is a good point.
So MOV becomes the tie-breaking aspect of things.
Yeah.
Right. One of these. Okay. So one of these higher guns.
Yeah, I feel like that Outrider TIE fighter needs to 5 forward, man. You got to dive in somehow.
Right.
You got to wreck a fool.
Right. So.
Because now, actually, if you take a look over at the positioning of the ships in general, the lead TIE fighters could very easily go 3 forward, maybe even 4 forward, and not get caught by bombs.
Right.
They might even be able to 5. Because, I mean, at 5, they'll be just at the edge of bomb range, so they probably should 4.
Right.
But if they 3 forward, they'll get rid of stress, and they can barrel roll in.
Yeah.
And there's just...
I'm curious what's going to happen with this little tie that's off by himself.
I think he needs to dive.
He gets dive in there and gets block
He
up.
needs to block. He needs
And
to screw up his movement.
Right. He goes in there, takes it in for a block.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting, I tell you. We're getting ready to see what the ships have to go. Dave is starting to look at his dials. Looks like it's about movement time. And we're starting to see pizza here from movement around. Dave Carverino has gotten up to go grab himself some za. And it's now... Oh, Dave is still deciding on dials, I guess. He hasn't quite gotten his dials down yet. Toughy. the decisions that happen when you have to try and figure out how to move versus how to not move. And I tell you, there have been so many games where I have outflown myself. That's crazy. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Carver has delivered pizza unto Parker so that Parker may deliver pizza unto his own face hole. Let's see where we're rolling. Dave's still plotting out his movements. I mean, I like the idea of trying to get in there fast. He's got to get some ships off the board. Vader has to pay for his points. I mean, yeah, sure, Vader's a PS carrier at this point, but he's got to hurt people. If he doesn't hurt people, then it's pretty much game over. So I've been yammering here about all sorts of different things that I feel like has to happen for Dave to truly get back into this, and I feel like that Dave's got to make an aggressive move soon. And I think that Jake is flying it beautifully. Right. He's keeping him just at edge. He's only giving a couple of TIE fighters a shot a turn, and he's taking those 2 TIE fighters that get a shot, and he's murdering them.
Right. Yeah, his Ys are getting in more shots on a TIE fighter than Dave is able to get in on his Y-Wings right now. And that's really the difference right now with what's going on. It's just TOTs will wear you down long enough. The more they're on the board, the longer they're going to just go through and pick at you. It's like getting stung by a bunch of fucking mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm. That is 100% the truth. If you think about it, the TLT list is the death of 1,000 pinpricks.
Yes.
It's the paper cuts that just basically sand away the mountain. It's tremendously frustrating to play against.
Right, but yeah, I still think Dave has to take that TIE fighter over there and just jam it in his face and hope for the block and then stop that action economy that on there, so you can't go get through and get the focus and then get that reroll.
Mm-hmm. This turn, if Dave can get, if he can get 2 Ys off the board, he's back in it.
Right.
Because that makes it 81 to 80.
Right.
So at least you're in skin territory.
Right. One Y should go off. It's down to 2 hull. That's what I was going to show earlier. We got one of the Ys that has a thermal detonator is down to 2 hull. So it should die this next round before it gets to go through and shoot. So that's 1 less TOT that's going through and firing twice.
Very true.
And then if he can go through and concentrate on the other higher gun that has thermal detonators.
Then he's just down to 1 thermal detonator.
Yeah, right. And then he's just one down. Then he can dive in.
Yeah.
Then there's no reason to be too worried about the one if he knows exactly where the other one that has the thermal detonator is.
Yeah.
He could dive in at range 1 then and put some real hurt on the Y-Wings.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure that Jake knows that, so he's probably going to do his best to keep it at the range 2 to 3 sweet spot for him. Here comes that TIE fighter coming in.
There it goes, man. 5 straight.
Yep, he's just going in there to sacrifice. So maybe that's what Dave was thinking about doing earlier with that, to bring that TIE fighter off to the side like that.
I think barrel or focus.
Yeah.
I almost feel like
he's
barrel.
He's focusing right now.
I mean, that guy is going to get a shot.
Right. And here comes the other TIEs are starting to come in as well.
Mm-hmm. This is the turn. I think this turn will make or break the game.
And it looks like we're going the 1 TIE is going through and getting bumping him in the Vader. Probably trying to keep him out
of bomb range.
Out of
well, not bomb range.
No.
Shit, there's nobody around to bomb, but yeah.
You might be able to keep him out at TOT range, and then you can bring that whole swarm in.
Yeah.
On the next round.
That's a good point. Whoever lives.
All right. Looks like that 1 Y-Wing's making a hard right there.
Yeah. Theirs is hard too. Just getting the hell out of Dodge.
And we have some results coming in here. Thank you. Right, so it looks like Pittsburgh has won one of their matches, so they got one.
They beat. Looks like Pittsburgh's Angelo beat Morgantown's Chris. Was that 390?
Yeah, 390.
That was a shellacking.
Yes. And we'll go through it and update our lovely score.
And of course,
here.
I love the fact that they both put down that they were placed, and that's not really how that works. One is placed, the other is paired.
Yeah.
So when we talk about placing versus pairing,
Right.
again, that the one that is placed means that was the all-comers list.
Yeah.
The paired list was the one that was laid on top of it. So we don't know exactly which one was which, but it doesn't really matter.
You're doing that. I'll bring that up. There we go. All right, videos.
Yeah, well, we're going through and updating some score information for the main scoreboard. We can see here that the Y-Wings are continuing to dance around the edges.
Up there.
I'm going to try and see what they do. So we have a very nice string of TIE fighters. They formed kind of a ragged engagement line. And those Y-Wings are 100% sticking as close to the board edge as possible. And Dave's going to go over there in a second and adjust the zoom on the camera so that we can kind of see where the Y-Wings are kind of moving off to.
I'll save that. I'll do that. All right. I'll take this back over to him.
Sure. Sounds good. And those Y-Wings are continuing to dance around the edges. The TIE fighters are moving in as much as possible. It is a hell of a game so far. Let's see here. Okay, so basically the camera's getting ready to be refocused as Dave delivers some scores over to the official scorekeeper. We have the ship in the background moving along. Again, he's just skirting the board edge, trying to intercept that line of Y-Wings. And you notice he's also got some shots at one of the Y-Wings that shot forward. We're sitting at exactly 75 minutes left, and it is still, even though the score looks kind of bleak for Dave right now, again, it's anybody's game. And I really am impressed with those Y-Wing flying. He's doing exactly what he needs to do to keep his Y-Wings to hell and gone out of getting shot. And Dave has had to chase him all the way across the board. Fantastic flying from both people. And it's going to be probably a go the time limit.
Yeah.
This game is going to go the time limit. It's going to be a matter of who wins at the end. There's a certain silence that falls over the podcast, over the video commentary, as your commentators are stuffing their faces full of pizza. Of course, we're trying not to chew too hard into the microphone, but damn, it's just really good pizza. Did you see where the pizza was from, buddy?
A pizza place. I'll find out.
Nah, don't worry about it. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, nibble and run. So Dave's finishing up his movements. Looks like we're just getting ready to start rolling some dice, I believe. Tarkin's probably going to reach out here in just a second, pick apart someone's dreams and aspirations of focus tokendom. Looks like a stress token was delivered onto someone.
The pizza is from an unknown pizza place.
Sounds good. We'll ask Ryan where it's from. It's really quite tasty. I like it.
See, now, that's more didn't.
Oh.
All right, it's Pizza Napoli.
Perfect. Right now he's checking all of his swarm tactics ranges to make sure he's still got all of his PS9 ships. But from the looks of it, the Y-Wings have started to get cornered. The question is, how many Y-Wings? I mean, if he gets really lucky and starts, there looks like 2 hits to no dodges. I wonder if that's the one that's going to die first.
Probably.
We'll see in a second. That's a fresh one.
Yeah. Actually, it looks like. Let's see. Yep. Well.
Okay, so that one got popped. Here comes some more dice. Looks like a focused result. I don't know if he's got any dice to roll for it. I guess it's going to be nothing. So we can add another 28 points. Oh, was that one with the thermal detonator?
One thermal detonator.
That's another 31 points. So it's only a 14-point difference.
Right. It's really, it still could go any particular direction right now.
One more bomber with a thermal detonator. Look at that. That's 2 hits to wow. Crazy dodging Y-wings. So again, he's just checking his ranges. Anything that misses is going to get a focus token from the ops specialist or system specialist. Comms specialist, fuck it, whatever.
It's operations specialist.
System operator.
Yep.
There's a 2-on-0 right there. More chip damage. I got to tell you, man, I've got a lot of respect for swarm players, especially TIE fighter swarms.
Yeah.
Because you have to fly them so perfectly, and you have to maximize your damage when you fly in.
It looks like they're checking to see if this is going to be range or not here.
It's going to be a close one. They may have to get a judge over there, unless they can't agree. This is a tough one.
They're moving the ship out of the way so they can go through and place it down and see if there's going to be any give or take. Moving a couple of them out of the way. They need to bring a judge over.
Yeah, it's judge time.
Oh, they get bumped.
He just bumped it, didn't he?
They bumped Vader.
Wow. So they're taking 2 hits there against no defense. Was that Vader that just took that shot?
I don't think so. It was the tie in the back behind.
Gotcha. Again, he was only able to get 1 Y off the board and partial damage on another. I'm thinking that 2 more TIE fighters are probably going to die this turn.
Well, it depends.
Maybe 1. Maybe there might only be 1.
I mean, a certain number of his ties aren't going to get shot at this time. And those Y-wings are starting to spread out. I mean, you get one group that's almost...
Yeah, but now you have the problem of you've got a Thug Life in the back. You have a 108-point Thug Life sitting in the back with it looks like at least 1 thermal detonator.
Right.
Whole lot of misses there. Only 1 hit, 2 hits. Versus how many dodge dice? I see 1. Only 1.
Let's take 1 dodge. So I guess 1 damage on a TIE fighter.
Yep, more damage coming down.
Looks like and that group is out.
We got looks like 1 flipped over to 2. I'm assuming. He's not flipping. He's only taking 1.
And 1
he dodges.
2
dodges.
dodge.
So he manages to get out of the shots there. Right now, so we got Hassan. Pop on over to microphone yellow over there, Hassan, and say hi.
Okay.
You know, the other microphone or this one. That one's turned off. Come to the Hassan.
Hello.
So we got Hassan Khan over here. How'd your first round go, my friend?
I lost.
Did you?
It was a super close game, though.
I gotcha. So you lost by more than 12?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean, but.
Yeah, 300, 207.
Gotcha.
So the Dormit's Alpha Strike didn't.
Oh, I Alpha Strike. I nuked that CR90, but then He had like 6 TLTs to clean up, and Tie-Steps can't take TLTs.
Right, yeah.
So how's this game going?
It's pretty close right now. It's 80 to Jake from Pittsburgh is beating Talbot by
14
points.
Oh, that's super close.
But it's a TLT Swarm against
TIE Fighters.
TIE Fighters, so it's super close. Dave's been doing a good enough job, but the TLT's just been picking at him.
And the problem is you've got an basically an undamaged Thug Life in the back with R4s. So it's a 108-point Thug Life just hanging out in the back, waiting to mop up whoever gets through this.
I see. How many Y-Wings are left now?
He's only killed 2.
2.
He's killed Cable and another Y.
And a thermal detonator Y.
Oh, so there's like, what, 7 left?
No, there are 10. There were 10 TLTs in this list, not 9.
Oh.
Yeah. Everybody kept saying it's only 9 TLTs. No, it was 10. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, 10 TLTs versus 12 TIE Fighters, Vader, and a Gazanti.
Yeah, there's 7 ships on the board. He's taking 2 off. So no, that's actually 9 because there's 7 still on the board.
Mm-hmm. No,
look at it. The math there's 1, 2, 3. There's 7 Y-Wings on the board, and he's taking 2 of them off.
So we're only 9.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There's something going wrong here.
2 + 2 + 4?
Where's that damn list? Because
his list is 296 because I've entered it in the squad builder, and it came up 296.
Yeah, because I took photos of the list. I mean, I must have totally miscounted something.
You fucked up.
Oh, I fuck up a lot. It's my job. When there's 9 hired guns, 1, 2. Yeah. Hang on. 1, 2. I'll go to hell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, why does that say hired guns 1 through 9 and Kville?
I have no idea. But it's only
it's
squad
1, 2,
builder.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go to hell.
Yeah. Nah, still right.
Hell. Return to hell. Do not pass go.
Where's the other Y? Where's the other Y hiding? It's not off the board.
It's off the camera.
No, it isn't.
I'll go run and check.
Yeah.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
The other one's got to be off camera.
It's not off camera.
I don't know what to tell you, man. He put 10 ships on that list.
And while Hudson's going through and checking that out for us, we're going to sit here and still argue and say I'm right.
Sure, guess. But I mean, I guess ultimately,
there's only 9 Y-Wings.
Yeah.
then why does he have 10 on his list?
I think there's only 9. Because there's 7 Y-Wings on the board, 2 are dead.
Yeah.
So there's 1, 2, hired guns 8 and 9. 3, 4, 5, 6. Hired guns 3 through 7. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on.
3 through 7.
Wait.
Okay.
1,
So
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Hired guns 1, 2, and Kville.
What?
I don't know.
And so I took a photo
I'll
of
double
it.
check.
Yeah.
Count it. You got to slide it back and forth. I don't think you're going to see any nudity. I promise.
Yeah. Well, he might.
I mean, it might be my leg and something.
Yeah, it might be you. So.
Yeah. The photos took weird. I don't know why. I love how we're basically arguing over this. Like, is the dress blue and white?
It does
gold and white or blue and black?
It does come into gameplay here, so.
But I'm just telling you that the list has 10 Y-Wings. I think maybe.
Did he only put 9 of them down?
Oh my God, you're right. There's 10 Y-Wings on this list.
Hey.
What the fuck, man?
How many points is that showing? Did
It's
he?
296.
You need to. You need to.
Hand me that thing. There's something going on here, man.
There's something fishy.
Get John to have a take a check because he may be running 1 Y-Wing.
Because you got to figure that ultimately, this thing really should be. I mean, if you look at this list, I feel really kind of shitty making this about the list now. But I mean, when it comes right down to it, there are clearly 10 Y-Wings shown.
Yeah.
But you've got 2 Y-Wings there with TLT and R4. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 Y-wings on this list with R4 and TLT. Right. Then there are 3 Y-wings with R4, TLT, and thermal detonator. So you've got 6 times 28. We got to scribble this down. Bring up a calculator. We don't really give a shit about movement right now. This is math.
Yeah, this is math, and math is hard.
So bring up a calculator, buddy.
I'm doing it. I'm slow.
That's what she said. So
yes,
6 times 28.
6 times 28.
Then add in 3 times 31.
168 plus
93.
3 times 31.
Plus 35.
That makes 296.
Yeah.
So it's short of Y-wing on the screen here. So that's something that the team captains are going to have to go through and work out.
And you said there's only 9. Is there? I love it. We've got Y-wing gate going on right now. I mean, keep in mind, though, obviously it's not affecting how things are playing, but it certainly does affect how many points are available. I swear what's going on is that somebody's just misplaced a Y-wing. But if there's only 9 Y-wings total, if there's 7 on the board, that means 3 are dead. This is so fascinating. Either way, so we're watching Mega Dave swoop in with his TIE fighters. He's trying to get his stuff as close as possible now. He's desperately trying to score some pointerinos and nuke something off the board. Because right now we're getting towards the last hour of the game. And Dave's got a hell of a game ahead of him if he can't kill off another Y-wing this turn, if not 2 Y-wings. Again, he's got to start taking off a Y-wing for every TIE fighter he's losing, or else he's just going to end up having a bad time. So let's see what we got here. Well, right now Dave's checking his range 4 to see who he can token off of. The Y-wings are now all spread towards the edge of the board. The TIE fighters are finally getting to swarm in on them like is their best chance. And we get to see who can DACA first. So he's checking range to make sure that everyone was within range 1 of each other so he can continue his swarm tactics. And we're going to start to see some dice rolling. So he's checking range. Range 3, so that guy's out. So once again, it's just superior maneuvering has enabled him to determine how many TIE fighters get to engage him at any given time. Yeah, they're actually arguing off camera here. Not quite arguing, but they're engaged in an animated discussion about what happens to that missing Y-wing, because we did determine that it appears that only 9 Y-wings were placed out of the 10 Y-wings that should have been placed on the board. Because if that Y-wing counts as being destroyed, for instance, then that currently makes the game a within skin range at this second. If the Y-wing counts as just not placed and then he's playing, in addition to 4 points down, he's playing extra 28 points down.
All right, so this is probably going to have to go against the team with the team captains, and basically the way it works out from what I understand there is the 2 team captains and the co-captains that are involved on the 2 teams, so it's Pittsburgh and Columbus, are not going to make the decision on this.
They can't.
They aren't going to make the decision on it, but they're going to, again, it's like any other political type thing, it's going to be lobbied. They're going to argue for their side, and then it's going to be the other captains to go through and make the decision.
Yeah, what it's really going to come down to is if It's going to really depend on whether or not the game is a skin.
Right.
I mean, if this game is a clear win or a loss,
Well,
even without, I'm talking about without the Y-wing involved, so that without those 28 points involved, if the game is outside of 40 points difference, then who cares?
Right.
But if the game is inside of 40 points, that changes it from a win to a skin, or from a skin to a loss.
Is that was it a missed opportunity and that ship is discounted as destroyed, and Raven Squadron get the MOV from that, or does it become a 250 point list instead of a 200 or whatever the minus the ship cost would have been? Is it a 255 point list instead of a?
Well, I mean, basically, he had a 4-point bid, and it's a 28-point ship.
Right.
So that basically means he's sitting 34 points down.
Right.
So is he winning with 266 points versus 298?
Right.
And the answer is right now he is.
Yeah, right now he is.
Because he's flying like a beast.
Right,
I'm really impressed with Jake, because he's doing exactly what he needs to.
Right.
And we've just been avoiding all the dice rolls because we've been so caught up in what's going on.
Hey, welcome to Who Said OutRyder Cup Was Boring?
Oh shit, who knows? Meanwhile, we've got dice things going on, damage cards flying around.
In there.
I don't think he took another Y-wing off, although you'd have to check it to be honest.
Right. Well, right now he's got. It's hard to tell because his arm's in the way, blocking the camera. But it looks like 1, 2, 3.
It looks like five TIE fighters over there.
And it looks like one Y-wing did go away.
It just depends on whether it had a thermal detonator or not.
Yeah, I think I'll go over there and check real quick.
He's going to go check Reno. Dave's putting down his pizza. This is serious business. He's breaking out what looks like a napkin. Yes, he's got a napkin out. We've got napkins over at Dave Talbot Land. So right now, we're going to be we're checking to see what the damages are looking like. But Hassan's joined us again. So what do you got there, Hassan?
So, anything new happen?
Well, shit. That's what we're going to ask you. No, basically, we're watching. It looks like that another Y-wing has gone down, if we read it correctly. So that currently puts the game in skin range.
I see.
So that would make the game technically 84 to 84 to 80 at the moment, until another TIE fighter goes.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the higher guns that had a bomb in them, died. So the one that was damaged.
Do we know which one?
Yeah, the one that was damaged. Let me bring it up here.
Yeah, that one. So
actually, that one there, because that one was.
That was a 6 damage ship.
All right, so there's 6 left.
This is the one that died. I got it.
But yeah, we know that one died. Yeah. That one died earlier.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah. There we go.
Well, now you can see what happens. Looks like it's 3 hits right there versus Diddly Squad for dodging.
Whole lot of nothing.
That's TLTs for you.
Yep.
I know the feel.
They just strip the soul right off of you. They're not fun to play against.
Oh, good lord.
That's another 2 hits. 3 hits. Suspend the focus. 2 dodges.
That's another damage point. That's probably another dead TIE fighter. The TIE fighters are getting slim, man.
Yep.
I think he's down to probably just a half a dozen TIEs versus a half a dozen Y-wings, and that's not a fun game to play. Look at that, 3 crits. Good God. I mean, luckily it's TLT, so it's only 1 hit, but still. It's such a game of attrition. That's another dead TIE fighter. So we have 4 TIE fighters and Vader left.
So this point was that we got 3.
You're gonna have to go check to see which ones are left.
Look who's walking by.
Restroom break.
Having a little restroom break here.
So taking a quick restroom break. So we got 4 TIE fighters and
looks like Vader.
And a TIE Advanced versus what looks like 6 Y-wings, and that's a brutal awakening.
Yeah, this is going to be an uphill battle for Dave.
Yeah, he's just got too many to. I think he's got too much to overcome.
And unfortunately, his Gozani is a little bit out of range. Does he have Tarkin on that Gozani?
No, he's got Tarkin, a suppressor.
Yeah.
He's got a systems officer, and
I don't think he has systems.
Automated
officer.
protocol.
You can't have systems officer on the Gozani.
Operations specialist.
Okay,
my bad.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the unfortunate thing with the Gozani is that's too far away to use Tarkin or suppressor against the Y-wing.
Yeah, it's
that would really help.
It was this is a mistake I always make when I play Epic, is that I either start my Epic ship too far out or too close, and then the Epic ship just gets burned down. I really feel like this would have been one of those cases where I just started that thing right up in somebody's
face. I think
face.
you just jam it in there.
One of the higher guns went away as well. So we got one higher gun that was down 31. Caval's gone, and then one of the regular higher guns is gone as well.
So you've got a 31, a 28, and a 35.
Right. So we'll take one of these guys.
Yeah, we've kind of lost track of
Right.
things because like the big update there.
Right.
So 35, 31, and 28.
So then this will be 80, 94?
Yeah, 35 and 31 would be 66.
Then
and 28
94.
would be 94.
Yeah, math is hard.
So, but now, how many TIE fighters are burned?
Right.
There's like
hey, and I'm gonna go check
there's
that.
8 TIE fighters are dead.
Oh wow, 8. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. There's only 4 left.
He's down to 4 TIEs, Vader, and the Gazanti. The TLTs were able he just flew them too well.
Now, in principle, if it's Vader versus maybe like 2 Y-wings, Vader can handle it.
But Vader's got to get right up. He's got an engine, so
He's got
Vader
engine.
gets right up to.
He can boost barrel roll. He can get in that donut.
Yeah.
But those TIE fighters have got to take out like I'd say 4 Y-wings before they go down.
Yeah. They've just got to get closer. They got to 5 in. I mean, I've been saying this for a while. The Ys have to die. The Ys have to die. The TIE fighters have to dive. If they don't dive, then and it's pretty much game
over. He's just going to keep kiting around that rock.
So it's going to be it's going to be a tough one here. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I still like his chances if he can butcher another. If he can butcher, I think he's got to kill. I think between 1 and 2 Y-wings this turn. I don't know if he's got the dice for it.
He's got to be able to trade 1 TIE fighter for 1 Y-wing from now on.
Yeah, at this point, it's got to be 1 for 1, and I don't know that that's happening.
Right. It's Scourge, Youngster, and 6 Black Squadrons are gone.
Scourge, Youngster, and 6 Blacks are dead. Wow.
Yeah. So Scourge was 19 points, and then
so that's 96 points for the Black Squadrons. 108. It's 112.
Wait. The total points here. It is in a minute here.
You got 7 times 16, okay. So it's going to be 112.
Right.
And then another 19. So 131.
Okay.
But the screwball part is, so it's basically right now it's 94 to 131. Now remember how we talked about that magic point, which was 40?
Right.
So because again, the magic point's 40, right? It depends entirely on how that missing Y-wing is treated. Because right now, if the missing Y-wing is treated as destroyed, it's a skin at this very second.
Yes. And what we're going to do is have a discussion with all the team captains not involved in this match.
Yes, they have to be the ones to make the decision.
Right.
Absolutely. Wait. Microphone's off. Hang on a second. Sure.
And previously speaking to the Morgantown captain, he was 100%. That's like you flying the ship off the board voluntarily.
All right.
Dead air. Anyway, so what we were doing is I was adjusting that other microphone out there, so you got some ambient crowd noise as well.
All right.
But so it sounds like that there's the potential. The lobbying has begun. We're playing Survivor OutRyder Cup Island, and Hassan is asleep. And Hassan was indeed asleep. We had our first sleeper. You fell asleep with your shoes on, my friend. You're lucky the Sharpies didn't come out.
I bet he's probably been up for 24 hours straight.
Oh, yeah.
Life of a got the best sleep I've gotten last night that I have gotten in maybe like 2 months.
No kidding. Okay, Did you crash overnight here, or did you drive in this morning?
Yeah, I drove last night and stayed at a friend's place.
Nice, yeah.
Pittsburgh.
I stayed with some friends as well. It's fantastic.
Now let's see what's going on here. Looks like Dave's turning his TIE fighters away.
I'm not sure what's happening. This feels real fucking weird.
All right.
I think he's trying to put his.
I think he's maybe turning away so that he can K-turn next turn and re-engage.
Maybe.
All right. He might be banking on those Y-wings just going straight past that rock and hopefully getting out of range.
Well, they've got to turn in. I mean, the Y-Wings have to turn in right now because at the very least, so like the 4 in the back, the 3 in the back, I guess. See, it's just so there are 4 in the back, yeah.
Oh.
So.
Oh, no. They're going away. Looks like Dave called it correctly.
Yeah, that's very excellent. So Dave bought himself. Looks like he's going to have at least one more sticking in there. Yeah, join us over on the microphone there. Oh, come on, Dave. You'll like it. Now, we have far too many Daves in this group. We have a drive-by currently occurring by Dave Siemens. He's fantastic and smells great, too.
All right. So I think we got this set up right. Right now there's 3 Y-Wings gone, and then a ton load of Black Squadron pilots, and Youngster and Scourge are out. Howell Runner is still in the match, just sitting there with one
the screwball part here, the real screwball part, is that basically he's been wreaking all this havoc with a Y-Wing down.
Yeah, a Y-Wing down.
Can you imagine if he had that extra Y-Wing out there?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It would have been it very likely could have been game over a while ago, because the way that he's flying them versus the way that Dave was able to catch up to him.
Man, and it was gonna be an uphill match for Dave from the beginning with that just many TOTs out there.
It's so hard to deal with.
And Jake flew this thing brilliantly. He kept the range, he kept the distance. He controlled the match from the get-go.
Yeah.
Now let's see how many of these TIE fighters are going to be in range of the Y-Wings this round. Both players turning away sort of helps Dave there.
Right.
Yeah. But again, the 40-point swing right now, it depends entirely on how this how that Y-Wing's treated.
It'll be ruled as a destroyed ship.
Then that makes it a tie game so far.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Which would then make it a skin and go.
But again, we're talking about the game still has 45 minutes left.
Right.
45 minutes is a long time against 6 fairly healthy Y-Wings.
Well, as I said, Dave could go through now and run his ties back away and then regroup. And then charge in to close that.
And he has to bring the Gazanti has to come in barreling hard and really has to play. See, notice he's probably two turning in, or 1 turning.
It's a 1 turn. It's a sharp 1 turn in there.
Yeah.
The problem is that Gazani is not going to last long against those TOTs. If he goes in and concentrates in on the Gazani at all.
And it looks like there's no shots this round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is perfect for Dave.
Yep.
Yeah, that's absolutely perfect. So Dave manages to make it so he can regroup.
So now he can K-turn his ships, and the next round he shouldn't be in range either.
Right.
Because those TIE fighters will be too far away.
So
the following round you can re-engage.
So the TIE fighter there, TIE fighters have what, a 3K and a 4K?
3 and 4. So you can 3K and then 3 straight, which is a green.
Do they have they don't have a 1 bank, do they?
No.
See.
Yeah.
The slowest he can do is a 2 maneuver.
2 straight.
Well, he can do a 3 straight as well.
Yeah, because especially a 3 straight's green. So so again, what Hassan's saying is that you can 3K, then 3 straight.
Right.
You're back in the same position you were before, and you've cleared your stress.
Right.
And you're focused up. And the Gazanti can be there and act as an obstacle.
Well, he can go in and start if he gets it positioned right. He can go through and start using it as a battering ram to get some run over the Y-Wings.
If he can arrange it correctly, I mean, it's worth sacrificing. I mean, this is where you start thinking about the tie bump in order to set up the mow down.
Right.
So the tie bump mow down, I would sacrifice a tie to get to run over 2 Y-Wings.
Right.
I would absolutely run over a TIE fighter and 2 Y-Wings and have a great
time
doing it.
I'm still amazed how far that Gazani moved from the initial setup, since it was all the way in the far back corner when this match started.
It's cleared an entire map.
Right.
It's made it an entire map in an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. It was doing, for its first hour, it was doing 4 straight maneuvers.
No, 2 hours and 15. 2 hours and 15 minutes it's taken to cross from the back corner to the middle of the map.
Interesting. Not a K-turn.
No, he's not. He's running off right now.
He's really trying to
faster than the Y-Wings. If he was not in range last turn, he's not going to be in range.
Yeah, he's not going to be this time. He can go out.
I mean, I agree with this. Right now, it's a skin, and he can take all the time he wants to re-engage.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we think it's officially ruled, keep in mind. I mean, so one judge we think is probably going to call it. This is the equivalent of a destruction.
There's still
two judges to convince.
Right.
And I don't know because I think that there are some people here from Latrobe. I don't know if they would count as additional voices or not.
They dropped out.
Okay.
So they're not officially involved.
Got it.
All right, I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
I know, right? Oh, the K-turned. Ah, look at that.
The Y-Wings K-turn.
This is where, see now.
It's a game within the game.
Wow. Oh, yeah, it's
about 41 minutes left.
Yeah, 41 minutes left. So close here, so close. So I wonder if Jake's flying with the knowledge that he's got a skin in hand, or if he's flying with the knowledge that he's got a win in hand. Because as far as he's concerned, it's a win.
Right now, as far as he's concerned, he doesn't have to go through, or he can turn the ships around and go to start picking on the Gazani.
Oh yeah, totally. Because
Right.
he can get now. How are the Outrider rules for epic ships?
The Gazani only has, even though it has 2 sections,
Yes.
it has only one set of hull and shield value. So you take down and destroy its shield hull and shield value. It's like a normal ship that way.
So, but is it treated as a large ship?
No, there's no half points.
There's no half points.
No half points for.
So
for
it
the epic.
is a 60-point single ship then.
Yes.
How many Ys are left?
And Ys are.
Are there 5 on the board?
I'll go through and check if it's. I may have to pull the camera out a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're missing 1 on the edge here. I bet everybody here is loving the constant flip-flop back and forth, hooty-doo, blow shit up, try and figure out why in the earth we're actually here, sort of extravaganza that we're experiencing with the Outrider Cup itself. And again, this is the big round. This is the long round. This is the round that makes everything crazy. It's panning out, and I think we're still, I only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Y-Wings. Is it just me, or do you only see 5 Y-Wings there?
So let's see.
I only see 5 on the camera.
Yeah.
Is there another one off cam?
I'll have to go check to see if they destroyed one.
Dave, sit down and talk. I'm gonna go take a look.
Go take a look, Dave. Go, Parker. I'm tired of running around. So as Parker's all going on there, I'm going to try to not have too much of dead air here. It looks like there's a bunch of repositioning that's happening right now. So what's the ruling there?
Yeah, you are. Well, for one, your camera needs to come back about another few inches because there's a Y-Wing facing directly into the swarm that's K-turned back against the backboard edge. Nah, there's almost, but not quite. So it's dial-in time. So now it's just it's almost like a waiting game. We don't officially know how that ship's going to be treated, so Dave has to fly to win. But at the same time, he's also got to fly in a way that's going to maximize his chances to win. So we're just going to have to see how it rolls from here. Mega Dave checking out his pile, checking out his everything there. We're trying to change the orientation of the camera around so you can see the very bottom edge of the board where there's a Y-Wing just kind of hanging out. There we go. Now we can see the board edge. So we can see that group of 5 TLTYs and the one facing at the group kind of playing back or clean up batter there. Jeez. Oh, it's been such a long day already, and we're only through the epic round. And we've still got over 30 minutes of the epic round left. These are the kinds of matches which makes you go, I want to stop talking now. Please let me stop talking.
Okay, here we go. We're back there.
Yes,
Parker,
right.
Parker, I'm sure you guys are all tired of hearing Parker.
I am. I'm tired of hearing Parker. Good God.
Yeah, you got to listen to yourself every day, though.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Well, as we see, again, still got 6 Y-Wings. Still got 6 Y-Wings versus the 4 TIE fighters and Vader. And the Gozanti's kind of looped around the rock. I think the Gozanti's getting really close, though. He's getting really close to being able just to get burned down in a couple of turns of TLT fire.
He'll go through and reinforce the front section. And nice thing about the epic ships is they still have regen, so he can lose shields and then go through and recover them all.
Well, actually, if he reinforces front, then it's immune to TLT.
Well, actually, no, it's not totally immune to TLT.
Okay.
Because it all it counts is 1 evade. So he still has the...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so TLT is rolling 3 dice.
They only do half damage.
Well, yeah.
But does it affect? No. Oh wait, that's right.
Yeah,
because
reinforce is an automatic evade for every attack rolled. So he's always going to have an evade on an attack.
Yeah, that's why.
As long as he does 2 damage with the TLT, he's going to take the damage.
Yeah, that's right. For a second there, I was thinking that the evade ability was going to be in essence. I mean, it really should be damage negation 1. I mean, reinforcement should be negate 1 damage.
Yeah, it looks like
because that would make it immune to TLT.
Dave is going through and taking and running his ties around. Looks like Vader is swinging around on the outside there.
All right, so I'm back.
Yes.
I have a report about the current state of the games. There's 6 games that have completed, so that's a third.
Yes.
Okay.
Pittsburgh has won 5, and Columbus has won 1.
Okay.
And that's all the games that have been completed so far.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's a strong opening for Pittsburgh.
Excellent. Hey, you know what? That's how Columbus pulled off the.
This is very similar to our situation last year.
Yeah. Columbus last OutRyder Cup and OutRyder Cup V was back in January, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, OutRyder Cup.
Yeah, it was January.
Yeah, OutRyder Cup V, Columbus won 5 of the 6 epic rounds.
Thankfully, our games have all been very close so far, so we've gained a lot of MOB.
Right.
Despite the losses.
But if one team runs away with the epic round,
right? I mean, and then having a 5-point lead is huge in this type of formatted tournament and stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see how the rest of the round goes here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just look at what Kentucky did last year with 5 players. They almost pulled it out against us.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anything can happen.
Right. So we got about 34 minutes left, and we got six matches that have finished up. So it's still a while here.
I tell you, this has been an exhausting game to watch, and I'm not even playing the goddamn thing, because the level of mental exhaustion in flying a swarm in Epic is really, really huge. But I mean, if you think about it in a way, almost every Epic match, unless you're going with the 6 TIE defenders with the TIE D defenders with ion cannons, unless you're playing something like that, you're going to be running at least 8 to 12 ships. And that's just how it works.
Right.
You're going to run the equivalent of a swarm. And if you're running like a bunch of named pilots, oh my God, there's just so many things to keep track of.
The TIE fighters are now coming back in.
Yeah, they have K-turned.
Right.
Now you'll notice that the Gozanti is basically, he's positioned himself between.
Right, he's just
now
activated the shield.
Yeah, so just to check, the Gozanti itself counts as obscuring the TIE fighters, right?
That's correct.
But does the Gozanti also count as obscuring the Y-wings from the TIE fighters?
Yes.
Just think like an asteroid.
It's a gigantic fucking asteroid. Yeah, it's a tough one. So Dave Stevens has managed to migrate over.
Right.
He's watching the game with great vigor. And here we are. We're watching his Y-wings kind of swoop in. Right. He's got 6 of them. He's got the numbers advantage.
Right.
And he's chasing Vader right now. So technically Dave's TIE fighters could come in from behind. So if he 3 softs and 5 straights, he could be inside a bubble range. The question is he going to live long enough just 3 softing in order to be able to 5 straight? And then we don't know.
Oh, if only I could put slam on my TIE fighters.
If only you could slam on a TIE fighter. Be a 3 soft, 3 soft, and shazam, bitches. That would be a case of boom shalak lock right there.
Coming to Wave 12.
Coming to Wave 12.
Oh, we better get it.
The Space Jam TIE fighter.
You know, I wouldn't mind slamming, Punishers?
Yeah.
Slamming
cool.
Punishers would be amazing. Like 3 hard and 3 hard, like a big freaking.
Do they have a 3 hard?
Yes. It's white turn.
Yeah. That'd be amazeballs right there.
It'd be fantastic if the Punisher got a EPT.
Yeah, and the EPT should just be something called Haterade.
Right. All right, so the Vader is moving.
Oh shit, Vader's moving in.
Yep.
Oh, this is
looks
feeling a little suicidal.
Barrel roll back. Yep.
Yeah. He's just trying to stay out of TLT range.
Right.
Vader's gonna dive next turn, obviously.
Yeah, he's charging in next turn. He has to close the range.
This is Vader's worst nightmare.
But at the same time, I mean, Vader goes 5 straight.
Right. Oh, Vader can get out of there, sure. The problem is he needs to be next to those TIE fighters to swarm tactics them.
But he's still got named TIE fighters with swarm tactics.
Right.
So he's still operating at PS 7 or 8 with his other TIEs.
You're right. Hellrunner's still alive.
Right.
Yeah, Hellrunner's still alive.
Right.
And Cable was the only non-PS4 ship in the TLT list.
So that's fine.
All right. So
so the TIE fighters are still PS attacking.
Gazani is out of range.
That was good for the Gazango.
So no shots on the Gazani this time.
He just has to be careful not to run over his own TIE fighters next round.
Okay, so you are a Y-wing pilot here, Hassan.
I'm a Y-wing pilot?
Now you're a Y-wing pilot. So you're sitting here looking, and you know what a Y-wing dial looks like. You've memorized it so you can beat up on it.
Oh,
so
these are unhinged Y-wings, though, right?
They are not unhinged. They are R4 aggro Y-wings.
That's better.
So there are 4 aggro Y-wings. We know they got a 3 soft white. They have a 3 straight white. Their 3 hards are red. They don't want a red maneuver because that will indeed fuck them in the face hole. So what do you do as a Y-wing?
What I would do is
continue soft?
I would just kite around. I would maybe 3 soft.
Would you 3 soft to try and bump Vader? Do you think? Because you imagine, you got to think Vader's probably going to dive,
Vader
right?
Pointing toward the Y-wings right now?
Vader is pointed towards the Y-wings. Because I feel like.
Yeah, sure. Because like, even if the front guys, get in range 1 of Vader, the rear guys are going to have TLT shots on him.
Yeah. So.
And then you bump Vader, and he doesn't have any tokens.
Because when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking that inside guy, I'm thinking he 3 softs or 2 softs, because his goal is to get in the way of Vader's 5 straight. I feel like Vader's probably going to 5 straight unless Dave outthinks this. Because I mean, now we're in the counter think range. Like, does Vader 5 straight, and then do you try to counter the 5 straight with a 2 soft or 3 soft?
Well, Vader's going to want to be close range anyway.
He does, but does Dave take into consideration that guy's likely going to 2 soft or 3 soft to counteract that?
And the Gazani's got to do a one hard. His backside may catch that rock back there, but.
Oh, the 1 bank, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's also got to be careful about where those TIE fighters are. He can't 1 straight. Oh,
no. He's going.
He's got a 5 straight.
He's got a 5 to go through and get this TIE fighters out of the way.
They're gonna hit the Gozani.
Right.
This guy's got a barrel roll though.
I mean, Gozani can do a 1 straight. And one
he'll be in fine position right now, so he's not gonna get run over.
Yeah, right now that Dave has to look at that Gazanti as a 60-point battery that really does nothing else,
He could move the.
Is that which one? Is this the 2 soft or did you 2 soft it?
Did
he 3 soft it?
We'll see.
That looks like a 3. That was a 3.
Yep.
So he's right now planning. I think he's planning on the 5 straight. Did he 3 soft that one or did he 2 soft that one? It looks like a 2 soft, right? Yeah. See, he's planning on Vader 5 straight.
Right.
Oh, that's so gross.
Well, Gazani's got to get hit. And then,
no, I mean, but here's the thing, though. He could Vader could be staring down 4 3 primary weapon shots, though.
Right. The other way he could take the Gazani, he could bank it in, swing that backside away from.
Yeah.
From the
honestly, I think he should 1 soft to the right.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was playing it, I'd 1 soft to the right, because what that's going to do is that's going to kick that ass end out a little bit. But see, again, that's why I was telling you that if he 1 softs, then he's got to be careful about what that lead, what some of those TIE fighters are going to do.
It should be all right, though.
Yeah. Again, this is a weird angle.
Right.
We're looking at it kind of oddly.
Yeah.
But I feel like Vader's going to die this turn. He's facing down too many shots.
Right.
And even if he tokens up focus evade, then that means he's not target locked.
Right. Well, Dave, there's just curious. I think Dave has engine upgrade on Vader.
He does.
Yeah.
So theoretically, I think a 4 straight is going to leave him right. Maybe if he 5 straights. What in the shit is that? He 2-hearted.
He 2-hearted in the way.
Oh my God.
And Vader rolling him out of the way.
Holy shit! Was he using Vader for bait?
He might have been.
Is he going to be able to? Is he going to be able to boost away though?
And engine upgraded to boost out of the way, and then he can use Tarkin to go through and give
him
a
token.
Give him a token.
Yeah, I guess. Oh man.
He's using Vader as bait.
Now see. Oh, check it out. He softed that way.
Yep.
I don't know about this, man.
It'll be close.
No, he's still got TLT shots.
Right, but
I think he's going to choose 6 in the butt.
Oh, he's trying to figure he's going to reinforce.
Because he's probably going to Tarkin to strip the focus token. Oh, he's giving Vader the token.
Right,
he's giving Vader the token just because Vader could get hit.
And he reinforced the backside.
Yeah. Well, plus he's got automated protocols. He could he does his suppressor action.
Right.
He does his so he does suppressor. He does Tarkin.
Right.
And now we got some dice rolls there. I saw a couple of evade dice. Now, what brutality. Because I think those are the only attacks. 26 minutes left,
Right.
man.
And no, doesn't look like any damage went in.
Yeah, none of Dave's dice went in there.
Or then there was no
Damage.
So.
Nobody took any damage.
Right.
Wow, that was brilliant. I gotta say, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I thought Vader dives in.
I thought so too.
I thought Vader says "fuck you."
But Dave saw it and said, "Nope, not gonna
Yeah.
happen." And he's
No,
got the
he
engine
said-
upgrade up there, so he was able to boost out of the range.
Yeah. But I mean, Vader is such a damage dealer, though, and
Right.
he's been hamstrung this whole game. But I tell you now, this is where Dave's coming into the foreground here.
Right.
This is where his skill is going to have to come out.
All right.
Because those TIE fighters are still going to be sitting at the edge of TLT range again, and wow, that fucking Gozanti turned around.
And it's managed to get out of the range here, so it's doing.
It's unbelievable, dude. So, man, if you're those TIE fighters, what do you think? Do you think he too hards in to try and corner the TIE fighters and just basically pelt them with?
Maybe. Or if he goes in towards them, and the TIE fighters do a 3 hard.
Well,
it's
I mean,
close range.
Well, yeah. So what's going to happen though is that he'll
Right.
probably
Howl
kill
Runner
Ryman.
Howl Runner will die.
Yeah.
This time, if he turns in, Howl Runner's gonna be dead.
Yes. But he doesn't have a choice.
No.
I don't know. Shit. I have given up on trying to figure out how this game should go.
I mean,
and instead, I'm just going to sit back and
I
enjoy
still
it.
think it was a brilliant move by Dave to go through and take his TIE fighters and run them back.
Yeah, he had to. He had to
Regroup
get
it up
away.
and try to retake control, but put the match in his terms. Now it could go pretty much anyway. So it'll still be interesting to hear what these judges' rulings are going to be after this match.
Well, let's look at it this way. Those TLTs can deliver a pretty consistent 9 damage if they're tokened.
Yeah.
Possibly 12 damage if they're tokened.
And they're get the R4, so they're going to get target locks every time.
Well, I mean, if they're tokened up, that's going to give.
Right.
I mean, they should be between those 6 TLTs. They should deliver 9 to 11 damage this turn. That's going to melt 3 TIE fighters, man.
Yeah.
That'll kill 4 TIE fighters.
There's a lot. Some of the TIE fighters aren't hurt, but yeah, with the way Dave's dice have been rolling right now, the green dice, they haven't been too kind to him right now.
It doesn't matter how his green dice are because statistically, he doesn't have that much left.
Right.
He has 10 hull left.
Yeah.
He's got 10 hull, and those TLTs can do 11 this turn.
Yeah. So he's going. He did not turn
he's gonna
in.
barrel.
I think he's barrel rolling back out to try to.
I think he's going to barrel away. He's trying to see if he can bait out the hard turn in. What do you think, man? Think the Ys are going to hard turn in?
Probably. They can go through and start shooting at the Gazani if they can't get any other shots. So.
Well, I mean, the Gazanti's probably going to, at this rate, the Gazanti feels like it's just basically going to.
It's going to recover some energy. I'll go through and probably.
I think it's probably going to too soft left.
Yep.
It's going to swing real far left. Let's see
what's going on
glitchy.
Here.
He softed. He did a soft turn. I'm not sure if that was a 2 soft or a 3 soft. I couldn't quite tell. I think it was a 3 soft.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Because he's trying to basically
He's either going after Gazani or he's going after Vader. One of the two.
But now this is interesting. So if Dave can lead them around, poking at the Gazanti and Vader, maybe those ties can clean up a Y-wing in the back.
Maybe.
But they're going to have to roll perfectly.
Right. He has to get in within, close the gap on him.
Yeah, so there's another soft turn coming in.
See, is that one going to hit?
Another 3 soft or a 2 soft?
Like
2 soft.
Yep.
He's just flying them too well.
Right. Oh, yeah, he's very good with them. Jake's been flying this thing superbly the entire match.
Yeah. If another TIE fighter dies, then it won't matter how the skin works.
Right.
But if another Y-wing dies, then that could basically turn into a win for Columbus's team.
What would be interesting on this?
We've got 20 minutes left, by the way.
Dave's right now within range of the TLT with the Gazani. He could go a three straight or a 4 straight and be out of range.
He can't go 3 straight. He'll fly off the board.
No.
Next turn.
No, he can bank.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking about doing a too soft or swing that back end the heck and gone away.
The back end will still be in the range of the TLTs because it'll swing out, but because of the TLT arc, he'll still have range with it.
Yeah, I guess I see what you mean there. It's looking like that it's going to be a. Wow, those TIE fighters are bunched up.
Yeah. All right, Vader is banking.
He's banking that way to miss the rock.
He's checking for
target lock.
Yep.
He's going to get his target lock, then probably boost away.
Well, he was just checking to see if he needed to boost. He's out of range right now. He wasn't able to get a target lock, so he does no need to boost.
So he could focus. Right. He could focus and barrel roll.
And which way? Dave is turning it.
Holy shit!
He's out of the range of the TLTs.
So that was the two mover I was telling you about.
I thought you were talking about going the other way.
I originally thought if he went that way he would, but I think he's going to eat 1 this turn.
Is he going to get 1?
Yeah, I think only 1.
He can survive that.
Yeah, he could lose 1 damage.
Right.
No, wait. Looks like are they resetting dials? They're resetting dials.
He was out of range. He wasn't able to get target lock.
He's baited them so hard. Yep. Wow. I tell you, Dave is really making up for it right now. I don't know if he can pull the game, but he is making up for it.
So now there's only one direction that Kazana can really go, though.
Yes.
He could probably do it too hard, but it's he's getting into a position where he's going to run out of maneuverability for that stuff. So he's going to have to bring the TIE fighters in to go through and be a distraction.
Yeah. But then again, the TIE fighters, I mean, How Runner is a 21-point, 22-point gimme.
If How Runner gets in range of any of those TLTs, she's dead. She's got 1 hull left. There's no way she's going to go against 6 TLTs. There's no way she's going to go through and survive.
No. The question is, how many ships die this turn? Right. How many TIE fighters die?
Does Dave do the hard turn to get him in, or does he run him off some more?
I don't know. I think that if he wants to play smart, he runs away.
Yeah.
If he wants to play ballsy, he dives in and tries to kill a TLT before it shoots him.
Right.
But then so he kills 1 TLT and then 5 more kill all of his ships. He just hasn't put himself in a very good position.
No. He's managed to drag it out here, so.
Yeah, I mean, we said it was going to go the length.
Right.
We got 17 minutes left, man.
Unofficially.
Yeah. Here we got.
Looks like he's going.
Looks like Daniel Fiorentini stopping by. Say hi, Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. The TIE fighters.
Get on the goddamn microphone.
Oh.
Yes.
I need to clean up my stuff.
Okay.
I'll be over there in a second.
Okay, clean up your stuff. Daniel's going to go clean up his stuff, and he'll be back. After these messages, he'll be right back.
The TIE fighters are doing 5 straight.
They are? Nice.
Yep.
So he's playing Dodgerino.
Yeah. He's saying chase something down.
He's trying to basically say, pick it. What are you going to shoot?
You got Vader going one direction. Yep, they're going after the Gazani.
No, they have to.
Yeah.
They got to start killing something.
Yeah.
Now the problem is that the Gazanti can absorb a lot of fire.
But it's not going to under 6 TLT shots. It's not going to do much. The question is, can he get that Gazani turned around so that he could go through and
he can make a left soft. No, he can't. Yeah. He can make a left soft 2 though.
Right.
If he makes a left soft 2, he'll stay on the board. But if he doesn't make that soft 2, he doesn't stay on the board. Or right soft 2.
Right soft 2 is going to be what he can do.
This is horse brutality, man.
Yeah.
It almost feels like Dave's just kind of putting off the inevitable.
Right. He's trying to hold
He's
it
trying
out.
to game it as much as he can.
Right.
I feel so bad for Vader, though. I mean, Vader pulled a superb bait, but now
Right.
Vader's been Vader's only fired like a couple or 3 times this game.
He hasn't been able to go through and do
That's
much.
so brutal. And plus, Dave's a first-time OutRyder Cup
Right.
participant, so that's really good. This might be a blow to his real blow to his ego. All he's got to do is just remember that it's there's 3 rounds,
Right. 3 rounds.
and
he'll
every
go to the
single
ground.
one counts.
Yep.
This isn't a tournament where if you blow the first one, you're out.
Right.
No, you got to
And it's
fight
a
every
team
3.
thing. So as long as you keep contributing and keep winning MLB and points, you're gonna do all right.
Yeah.
That's what makes it. That's what I like about OutRyder Cup. It's not just an individual match.
Yeah, I like the true team and atmosphere of it.
Vader's boosting around. Got to dodge out of the MTLT range. At some point, I have a feeling Vader's. If this match keeps going, Vader's going to come in.
Wow, was he going to do 3 damage in one turn, 4 damage in one turn,
Okay,
and then die?
he did a 1. He did a 1 bank.
Yeah, then he'll be. Oh, he's going to eat. He's going to eat 12 damage this turn.
Oh, he's going to eat a bunch of damage.
Oh, they target locked.
Yeah, they're target lock. He's going to.
But
he's
no,
no suppressor.
what?
Dave can go through and do.
He can
a
kill
target
1
lock.
from the suppressor,
Yeah.
but that's really silly. Why would he target lock? Why wouldn't he focus? That's so dumb.
Because it's the odds math rules that all you need to do is get 2 TLTs, hits through. He's going to reinforce 1, so you're playing the map that you're going to naturally roll.
No, but what I mean is that so it counts as 1 solid evade against, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. I'd much rather have 2 modified
I think
shots. There's only 1 hit.
It's only 2 Y-wings that have shots on him.
Okay. Well, that's going to be 1 damage so far. And then the second roll, that's 1 damage.
Yep, 1 damage. So there's 2 shields gone.
3
shields,
damage.
3 shields gone.
4 damage.
4 shields are gone on them.
So next turn he reinforces.
He
Or, I mean,
reinforces or he goes to
Recovers, yeah. Well, plus with automated protocols, so he could do one then the other.
Right. Well, yes. You just got to do it in the correct order.
Yeah.
So officially it's 15 minutes. We're showing about 13 here, so we're looking like we're a little bit behind.
Yeah,
on
I think it's once again your counter losing cycles.
No, actually, it's actually ahead.
Is it?
Now it's ahead.
So it's gain cycles. Yeah, good point.
It's close enough.
Close enough for government work. Fuck it.
It had lost 15 minutes before. Now it's within a minute.
Yeah, within a
two.
couple minutes. Jesus, dude, that's like such an improvement.
Yeah.
Okay,
We make up our own time around here.
Damn straight.
Who cares about relativity?
I tell you, man. What do you do with the TIE fighters? Are the TIE fighters going to do nothing now?
Pretty much. They may turn around and come back, but yeah, they're not going to be doing. They're mainly there now to hold MLB.
Yeah. So brutal. Dave's going to need a beer after this one. Might have to do a little OutRyder Cup Applebee's lunch trip.
I think he may have to steal from Mesmore.
That's funny.
Mesmore may have to
you mean some of the fine
yes.
regular Diet Dr. Pepper that he's drinking?
Yes, that's very much, yes. So if I got it right, the Gazani's down to one shield left and still has 9 hull. So it still has a while to go through. And you have to destroy. The thing is, at 60 points there, you have to destroy the entire Gazani to go through to get.
Well, plus he's just gonna recover.
Right.
So he's gonna recover all of his damage.
Right.
So really, because Dave's been sitting on a full energy ship this whole time.
Right.
So now he's gonna those 4 damage are gonna come back. Then he's probably gonna get every bit of 6 damage this next turn.
Right.
And then he'll just recover that. Honestly, the Gozanti is a trap.
Oh, hey. Looks like a pair of the Y-Wings are splitting off to go after Vader.
A pair of the Y-Wings are going after Vader.
Right.
A pair of the TIE fighters are 3-hearted.
Yep. And then they got a pair of the. Ooh, that is getting very close to that Gazani there.
Yeah, but
you know what? Because the way that thing is going to turn, you're going to take the Gazani and you're going to bring it in.
He's got a 2. He has to. I don't think a 1 soft is going to keep him on the board. I think it's got to be a 2 soft this turn. Because he's got to shift over, you know.
Well, you don't. Yeah, he might be able to go through and do a two to bring him back out a little bit.
But the reason why I say a 2 also is that he could potentially get inside of TLT range.
Right.
Now, if he gets inside of TLT range, then what that's going to end up doing is giving him just a primary weapon shot.
Here's the thing: Jake's going through and targeting that back section of the Gazani.
Yeah.
He can only go through. Yes, that's the live one there, Daniel. He can only go through and spend that target lock if he hits that back section. If he goes through and shoots at the back section.
Yeah.
He can't spend it on the 4 section.
Yeah.
So even if he TOTs the 4 section,
he can't use the target lock.
Which is why focus is probably a better option.
Of course it is.
Because then you can go through and choose it after you go through an attack.
Yep. But I think what's going to happen next is because he's going to use those target locks that are left over, and he's going to he's going to focus up this turn. Wait, did he get 2 more target locks, or does he have 2 focus?
Looks like he gets 2 focus out there. So he kept the target locks from before.
I tell you something. This is where I think that that Jake's actually making bad choices. Yeah. He's peeling off 2 Y-wings to go deal with Vader.
Right.
Vader can avoid him all day.
Right.
So he's basically pulled 2 Y-wings off the Gazanti kill crew.
Right. Well, if Vader goes through and deals with them, they're going to be within. He might be out of range. He's within range. At least 2 of them. He might be out of range. So the one bank. He did a one bank on the Gazani. The problem is now he doesn't have too much more options with that Gazani.
Well, he one banks again, stays right on the board,
right,
and then he 4 straights.
He has to go straight because that backside will go off the back edge of the board. So he has to go through and do this.
Well, he has to make his maneuvers where he gets the maximum amount of energy back every turn.
Basically, he's got about 11 minutes that he has to go through and survive this.
So what's the points looking at right now, by the way?
What's that? Basically,
what's the points looking at?
So right now we're looking at 131 to 94. But here's the weird part. Abrams has been flying a Y-wing down the entire game.
Because he has 10 Y-wings in his list, but he
only deployed 9.
9 on the board.
So the other 3 judges, who are not Pittsburgh and Columbus, have to confer to determine if that is going to count as a ship destroyed, or if it's just going to count as him flying a lower point list with a higher initiative bid.
Interesting. Okay, so did he just not have a Y-wing?
We don't know. We don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care.
Right.
But the thing that's interesting here is that if it counts as a ship destroyed, we're looking at a skin right now, because it's a 28-point ship with the 12-point. With the 12. Oh wait, no. With the 12 points, technically, that would actually. Wait a second here. Hang on. So 28 points means you have to be within 40 points of each other.
Right.
So 28 points on top of Talbot means he's sitting at 114, 122, which means that he's within 9 points.
Which will make it a skin.
Which makes it a skin.
Ooh.
So
that'll
right
make it
now,
interesting.
If nothing else gets destroyed, and it is determined that that other Y-wing is a destroyed result, it's a skin.
All right.
If that ship does not count as if it does not count as being destroyed, it's a clear win for Pittsburgh.
So they will make this decision after the game.
That's correct.
They have to do it after the game.
And it's going and the 3 judges who are going to decide do not include the Pittsburgh judge and do not include the Columbus judge because obviously they have a bias.
Right.
I'm sure there will not be bias if we were in there, though.
What's that?
I'm sure there would not be bias. Let's be real.
Yeah, right.
Who am I kidding?
Well, I mean, of course you're gonna want to say, of course, my shit doesn't want to die. Why would I do that?
Of course.
So, I mean, I'm anticipating that basically we're going to see I'm really legit anticipating that we could see a skin out of this game. And if Dave manages to pull a skin off of this, considering how badly outflown he was the whole game, that's going to be pretty impressive. Because Jake's TLTYs were spot on.
Right.
They were legit. He kept him just at range. He only enabled him to engage with 1 or 2 TIE fighters at a time, where he could then focus 2 or 3 TLTs on those 2 TIE fighters. So he was just nuking TIE fighters off the board, and the TIE fighters could never close.
That's rough.
It was
That's
just he flew very well. Yeah, how'd your game go, Daniel?
Do we have to talk about it?
Oh, sure, buddy. Yeah, tell me, buddy.
Well, let's
Did you
put
get
it like
shit on?
this. I got put up against the Dormits.
Yeah, the Dormits Hyperscan.
The Dormits Hyperscan.
And the last time I played against that list, I got 300 zeroed.
You got
But
yeah.
I didn't get 300 zeroed this time.
Nice.
I got 112 points off. So
That ain't
it
bad,
wasn't
buddy.
It wasn't awful. The problem
Was it 300 to 112?
300 to 112. So the problem was I lost Poe on an unlucky roll.
Yeah.
Because he would have regened and just flew away.
Right.
Yeah.
But losing Poe lost me the PS9.
Yeah.
And then after that, I didn't have any way to end the game.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
all
yeah.
the ships were all over the board. And once all the ships are all over the board, the X-wings take over.
Right. Yeah.
Take over those games. And Poe just takes over that game in general.
Yeah, absolutely. But when Poe pops, then you've got
Poe
a real hard
popped,
time
yeah.
coming back.
So it was unlucky. It would have been much more close if that wasn't the case. He spent the last 45 minutes trying to kill the Rebel transport
yeah.
alone, which was hilarious to me. But it was
Yeah.
just, I was like, I feel bad,
But
but
yet
also
I
this
don't.
is really funny. So I'm gonna let this play out.
Yeah. Because that was like another probably 60, 70 points you were sitting on, right?
Yeah, it was 54, 64
Yeah,
points.
so 50 or 60 points that you're sitting on, yeah, you absolutely fly that thing to hell and gone off the board, around the board, the side of the board. Like Dave's doing with his Gozango right here. So he's facing down three TLTs that can theoretically, because as long as he reinforces the correct section, then he's probably going to be sitting on between 3 and 5 damage.
Right. He's got 5 minutes. He's got about 5 to 6 minutes left here in this match. So
I don't know that Gozanti can die, but
and I don't think it can.
But here's the thing, though. At which point do you think the TLT-Ys just say, "Oh yeah, of course I can't kill the Gozanti. I'm going to turn on these TIE fighters and kill him."
Don't think so. I think he's just going to concentrate on the Gazani.
I think he is.
Yeah.
The question also is, how much health do those Y-wings have right now?
They're pretty full.
They're pretty full. Okay,
Yeah.
then that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad news for him.
Yeah, and there's no way that Dave can go through and get the Gazani turn around so he can get into a position to run him over or anything like that.
Running over with epic ships is really hard, man.
Yeah.
I was tempted to fly the Rebel transport off the board to kill an SF or two.
Hey, it might have been worth it.
It might have been worth it, but the game was going on long
Right.
already. It was 20 minutes call before the transport was dead. So if the transport lived, that's 56
Yeah, it's
to
in the-
180.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's much better than what I lost it or
Right.
Yeah.
lost in the end.
Okay, looks like the
Ys are turning.
Ooh.
Are they going after Vader?
they're still gonna be able to go through. If he does a one soft, he'll still be within range one of those Ys.
Two of those TLTs can't shoot the Gazanti now, or at least from this position.
Correct.
And then
Well,
Dave,
he's still going to do one bank, but it's
Right.
going to be probably range one of the back
Right.
Yeah.
And it
because of
looks like-
how the maneuvering works
Yeah.
out.
Looks like that one Y wing is up there trying to block Vader.
Yeah.
Do we know if Vader is injured?
Vader hasn't been touched. But the problem is Vader's only fired 2 or 3 times this whole
Right.
game.
I mean, that's in this list. Vader will only do that.
Yeah.
To me, because you've got all those high PS TIE fighter backups, I would expect Vader to be a significantly
Okay.
larger part of the list. He's got to deal his damage. He's 35 points, man.
Let's see.
He and Cable are worth the same amount of points.
Vader bumps.
Vader
yeah, it's probably a
bumps.
dead Vader. Well,
No, it's one
he's only
shot.
got-
It's one
well,
shot.
Looks like one shot.
there's
one
one
TLT.
for sure. But
Yeah.
what about the other guy in the back?
I don't think the other guy in the back.
That looks a little far, man.
Yeah.
That's almost a whole. That's half a table length.
Yeah.
Hey, he might be. If he goes forward for a little bit while longer,
he-
he might be able to get that. He does a 4 forward next time.
Yeah.
He's 3 minutes left, so
Wow.
it looks like he's covering all the shields.
Yeah. And
And Tarkin Day took
Took it
off
off.
of there.
oh, yeah.
So, random question, because
Yeah.
I am clearly late and not in this party the entire time.
Yeah.
When did the Y-wing being missing when was it noticed?
Well, we were
About a half an hour, 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I had been talking this whole game about how it was very clearly 10 ships on the list.
Right.
And everybody gave me shit and said, no, it's 9. There's only 9 ships
So
on the
yeah,
board.
we had a big discussion there for a while that it was 10 back and forth and stuff. And yes, I'll admit that Parker was right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So that's
Parker's
a,
always right. Why did you doubt him?
No, I
Because
am,
I'm always right.
I am
No,
actually,
you're never right.
I am
Yes, I
wrong
am.
a lot.
But
But
that's like one hit.
so yeah, one hit there. Hit-a-reno,
did-
potato-reno. So
And
He's just
let's
trying
see,
to
come on,
dack him.
Vader. Come on, Vader.
I mean, at the most, Vader takes
Yeah.
2 damage this turn and loses a
Right.
couple shields.
It's fine.
Yeah.
He's not gonna die. That's the important
Yep,
thing.
there he
right now.
goes.
Oh shit! Vader died.
Oh,
Yeah,
Vader
yeah,
died.
yep.
Okay,
How?
that's huge.
Oh, he
He-
must have
he
gotten
must
TLT.
take- must-
I told you he was
yeah.
in range of those other 2
Yeah.
TLTs. He took 9 TLT shots this turn. Sorry, 6 TLTs.
Yeah.
God
That must have
damn.
been enough
Didn't evade one? Really?
because he
Yeah.
had no
Yeah.
tokens.
Right.
He
Oh,
was
but no,
bumped.
but it's three die versus 3 die. You expect to evade one.
Tokenless, man. Well, that is a 100% game. It doesn't matter about
Yeah.
the. It doesn't.
Yeah, it
the only
doesn't
thing
matter
the
at this
skin
point.
matters now. Sorry, the only thing the other Y-wing matters now is what the MOV is going to
Right.
be. But that's still 28 MOV to consider.
No, MOV is MOV, man.
Yeah. So yeah. But Dave just has to make sure that he doesn't get frustrated and just hand the rest of it to
No.
him.
He's done well.
Yeah, he's done really well.
Y-wing lists are hard, man. If you're gonna play against Y-wings, you need to run TIE Ds. TIE
Well-
Ds have the health and
well, this is the thing, though. I mean,
guns.
Dave brought a swarm.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And he got paired up with this. This is what he got paired up with. It was
Yeah.
either this or he got stuck with against TIE
Defenders.
defenders with ion cannons.
TIE Defenders ion cans. Hey, I got stuck with probably my worst matchup. Okay.
Yeah. So did Dave. I think that I think so far, if my unofficial calculations are that Columbus has lost at least 3.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh-
it's
and
3
Pittsburgh's
and
won
3.
5.
It's 3 and 3.
So Columbus won
It's not-
3 and lost 3.
And really, ideally, 4-2 is where you want to be, but 3-3 is not.
It's not
bad.
2-4.
No, but the thing is, I think Pittsburgh maybe.
Pittsburgh went 5-1.
They count this one as the win.
Oh shit! Yeah, then Pittsburgh went 6-0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Let's go
Pittsburgh,
6-0.
Pittsburgh took a 3-game win,
Yeah.
a 3-point victory
Going
in the
into
round
it.
1.
Right.
So that means that other teams have to make up 3 points
Right.
somewhere.
It's called 100-point matches. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
The 100 points are where everybody's got their experience, though. We took a bunch of really weird shit here.
For Epic?
Yeah, I think we had a bunch of really weird stuff. Like a Swarm Tactics tie list is kind of weird to me.
Swarm Tactics what now?
Dave's Swarm Tactics tie list, that's a pretty weird list.
Yeah, but I think if it wasn't against a list like this, maybe, or if it was flown differently, because from my understanding, the Y-wings were flown really well.
The Y-wings are flown
Oh, that's
super
so-
well. Dave
fantastic.
just couldn't dive. He could not get close
So,
enough.
for me, if you don't fly the Y-wings well and they get dove, they insta die and you win the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So clearly, it was more of a flying game, because I think this match is
Yeah.
a very winnable match.
It was honestly, it was winnable by both. It just came down to flying, and I
Yeah.
think Jake outflew Dave. And
So-
kudos to him, man. Great game. And so for what it looks like right now is I'm seeing what'd you figure, a 167 to potentially,
He's going for it.
Right.
yeah, he's still trying to finish it up. I mean,
Right.
the game is more or less over. He might be able to get another Y-wing. And for
Right.
sure, if the other Y-wing counts as destroyed, I mean, technically there are still 56 points up for grabs right now. I don't think it's going to be enough to rescue a victory, but at the same time, it makes it very, very close. So if he could pop a Y-wing and he could pop a Y-wing and have the other Y-wing count as destroyed, then that's another 56 points for grabs, and that makes it 140 to 167, which is very respectable. But I feel like another couple TIE fighters are going to die.
We'll find out.
Yeah. See, I was originally I was thinking that this one was officially called, but because they started their round while 30 seconds was called, then they're going to finish the round.
Right. So Dave was. What does he do? Do a 4 straight with the Gazani?
Yeah, might as well. I mean, you could try to one soft it.
I'd do a 4 straight.
Yeah. 4 straight,
Yeah.
reinforce. I mean, he's just trying to get all of his shit
Yeah.
out of there. He's flying all of his Ys away. He knows
Yeah.
he's got the victory in hand.
Right.
He doesn't want to take any chances. Because he's playing the pure MOV game at this point.
I mean, it's
He can just
smart. You
once
need
again-
to. In a tournament like this, you have to play the MOV game.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, the Gazanti should 4 straight, recover whatever shields have been lost,
right.
and then reinforce rear.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
That's it.
And then maybe another TIE fighter dies. I mean, because right now he could barrel roll that guy, but I don't see the
Yeah.
reason
There's
why.
no reason.
There's no reason to.
Just hold the MOV.
Yeah, he should just. Honestly, he might even want to evade up. Who knows?
Yeah, I think he evaded with both those ships. Maybe not the front one, but the back one definitely.
Yeah, the way his dice have been, I wouldn't mind the evade as opposed to the.
Has been the green die been really failing him at this game?
They haven't been kind to him right now. So the Gazani, See, is it going to do 4 straight? I would.
No, I would just one.
No,
depending on how much hole it has.
No, he's doing 4 straight.
Okay.
He's just trying to get out of the TLT range.
Yeah.
He's got
and he's recovered the shields.
Yeah, he's got enough shields and everything for it.
And he's reinforcing the back. And he's taking away one of the things for him. Taking away a focus token.
Yeah, just dropping a focus. Because I don't think the Y-wings have any. I don't think the TIE fighters have any shots. Nope. So now it's just basically probably some TLT damage on the TIE fighters.
On the TIE fighters there. He's trying to figure out which TIE fighters he can go through and kill just to get the MOV. So no, it's a pretty good showing by Pittsburgh here to go through and do what we tried to 6-0.
6-0 is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean they jumped out huge. I mean Columbus coming in at 3-3. I'd like to see how the rest of the teams did, because that means that Pittsburgh marks themselves as the team to beat for the remainder of the tournament.
Right.
So but all they have to do is at least get 3 wins for the next 2 rounds, and that puts them in that really comfortable 12-point spot. 12 points is really hard to beat.
But last year,
one TIE fighter went away.
Did it?
Yeah, one TIE fighter went away. Last year, a couple teams went well over the 12 points. It was like 14, 15, or 13.
Well, but that also includes a blowout.
That's true.
So
that's true. You're correct. It does
if you can
consider
get a
a blowout.
1-round blowout and then do at least 4 wins in another round, if you can 6-0 and then 4-0, then with a 3-point beginning, you've got 13 points.
Yep, that's right.
You'd have to basically, like Columbus, for instance, would have to double 6-0 in order to get 15 points. Right. Yeah, now it's just it's almost brutality.
Everyone can do it. I believe in anyone.
Oh yeah, honestly Louisville could come in because Lexington last year was a beast. Lexington's had a beastly team.
Okay, and that's it.
And we're calling it. So it looks like we're probably a total of about 193 to 94. Right. Now I imagine they're probably going to decide about what's going to happen with that other ship. That could potentially adjust the MOV by up to 28 points.
Right.
But we'll see what happens from there. So we'll go ahead and let you know how that happens on our next video.
Right.
So for this first one, again, Team Pittsburgh, they have won their game 193 points against Columbus's Raven Squadron 94. This is LP and
Captain Chaos
signing off. Have fun, kill Whitey, and eat something or other.
Dum dum dum.